SBC Media Partners presents Selinsgrove Seals Football. Selinsgrove Seals Football on SBC Sports Live.
Low.
We might be starting early. Look at 10 minutes.
Can't start early. Welcome to our YouTube followers joining us for the video coverage of the Selinsgrove Seals on SBC Sports Live YouTube channel. Again, Pat O'Brien along with Ryan Brandt as the Seals getting ready to take on the Wildcats. Now, Selinsgrove offense versus Jersey Shore. The Seal rushing attack ended with just 83 yards on 34 carries. Andrew Gesmaria had the lone rushing score for 24-yard run, and it was second of his career. The other one coming against Jersey Shore last September. Seals would not have another run over 9 yards. Rocco Amato totaled just 95 yards passing, 71 of them coming on a 40-yard reception by Jake Bettle and a 31-yard reception by Wyatt Teets. Amato's 3 turnovers. He had a fumble and 2 interceptions, so trying to improve on those numbers for your junior quarterback. On the defensive side, Jersey Shore put up over 400 yards of offense a week ago against the Seals defense. The longest run for Shore was just 29 yards, and the longest pass was just 25 yards. Jersey Shore's sophomore quarterback, Nolan Pauling, was held to just 12 rushing yards by the Seals defense. Wyatt Teets continues to lead the way. He had 10 tackles for the Selinsgrove defense. Logan Dresser, Owen Hoffman, Crew Carter chipped in with 9 tackles apiece for the Selinsgrove Seals. Beautiful night we talked about. Clear skies across the way. May get a little chilly as the sun goes down, but couldn't have asked for a better night to see the Wildcats take on the Seals. But Ryan, we always throw it to you. Here it is. What's going to seal the deal for victory for the Selinsgrove Seals?
I mean, I think they just got to keep doing what, honestly, they've been doing. But, mix up the offense, run and pass, because they have the ability to do both of them. I think that's going to cause a lot of issues for Central Mountain's defense. And then I think, honestly, if they can stop the run tonight on defense, I think they're in a great position. We said it earlier, 32 pass attempts on the season? That's less than 2 a quarter on average. So I really think that's a big part. Stop Central Mountain's running attack tonight. And, they have struggled, obviously, scoring if they haven't found the end zone yet this year. So I think that's a big key as well.
We'll have to see and check back to see if those are the things that will seal the deal for victory for the Selinsgrove Seals. Again, looking at the starting lineups, Amato at quarterback, Rice and Fegley in the backfield, receivers Teets and Neidig, Bettel the tight end, Hoffman, Magnuson, or Griffin Voss at one guard, Logan Dressler at the other guard, the tackles Jack Peters, the senior, and Ethan Portwood, the sophomore. On the defensive side, we just been informed that Fordyce will not be playing tonight. But to see who's filling in for him. Neidig and Teets in the defensive backfield. The linebackers, Bettel, Rice, Hoffman, Dressler. And up front, Blake Dressler, number 44, just a freshman. Max Sheltman, the sophomore. Jack Peters, the senior. And Ethan Portwood, the sophomore, up front for the Selinsgrove Seals as the captains are getting ready to take the field and get this one underway. We'll be keeping an eye on other games as we go throughout the night. We talked about a lot of the 3-0 teams. You got Bloomsburg going to Warrior Run, and also the big one in Hack is the Jersey Shore Bulldogs taking their 3-0 record to Shamokin to take on the Shamokin Indians. Again, that just will be some of the games we'll keep an eye on. Captains for the Seals, Owen Hoffman, Wyatt Teets, Rocco Amato, and Logan Dressler. 2 juniors and 2 seniors for the Selinsgrove Seals. This has been Seals Game Day, driven by Sunbury Motors with Ford, Hyundai in the North 4th Street Auto Plaza in Sunbury, and Sunbury Motors Kia's routes 11 and 15 on the Strip in Hummel's Wharf.
Today, everything from work to play and everywhere in between needs energy. And E.H. Kleckner in Montandon has just the thing, Form Energy. It's the better choice for sustained energy and focus to go the extra mile. Choose your favorites from 4 highly tested flavors, including Screamin' Freedom, Grape Smash, Orange Fury, and Blue Blitz. Form Energy offers mental focus and hydration so you can unlock your full potential with 200 milligrams of caffeine and 0 sugar. Get Form Energy today at your favorite retail account.
At J.J. Powell, we know keeping your home warm shouldn't be a hassle. With Easy Pay, you get capped pricing, budget-friendly payments, and automatic delivery, so you can relax and take it easy. Don't wait. Join online at jjpowell.com or call 800-432-0866 today. J.J. Powell, take it easy.
Whether tailgating at the stadium before the game or watching from the comfort of your own home, Wise Markets has you covered. Wise Markets, the official grocer of Penn State football.
Troy Zerman, head coach. Meet my team.
Trevor Mitros, tight end.
James Stokes, linebacker.
Brian Jow, quarterback.
Tyler Undercuffler, wide receiver.
Gabe, running back.
At Zimmerman Motors, the Jeep capital of Central PA, we're catching all the incentives. See the huge savings online. So stop in and see why people have been coming from all over the region to Zimmerman's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Sunbury. We're your one-stop shop. Call us at 988-JEEP or visit us online at ZimmermanJeep.com.
Big moments deserve big celebrations. The Polished Party Place in Selinsgrove delivers. With shelves of stylish decorations, your event will shine. Plan with Polished Party Place. Custom themes and flawless details. Here or wherever you are celebrating. Weddings, showers, receptions, graduation parties, birthdays, and so much more.
Rice takes it up the right hash. Scott's Rune's going to be tripped up as he crosses the 30. It looks like they'll mark him out close to the 35-yard line. Selinsgrove actually get him looking for the official to spot it down. They're kind of scrambling around a little bit. They give it to one guy, and then finally they're going to spot it down, what I thought, close to the 35-yard line. Selinsgrove first down and 10.
Number 11, Caleb Stitzer just ruined a great start. I think that was a touchdown. That was a shoestring tackle. Looked like Rice had the edge. And I'm like, what? Did he trip on his own? But Stitzer
got the stop on the kickoff cover team for the Central Mountain Wildcats. Rice will lined up as a lone back in the backfield. Two wide receivers split to the left. The first offensive play for either team. Just underway here from Central Mountain High School. Going to give it to Rice, trying to get to the edge. He's bumped and knocked down, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Good run pursuit on the left side of the defense for the Wildcats.
Yeah, no one out in front of Rice there to block the outside linebacker. I mean, again, this is what Rice does. Like, we kind of said the last 2 weeks, yeah, you might not have had the stats, but that should have been a tackle for a 3-yard loss. But because of the spin move and the effort, he gets it right back to the line of scrimmage for no loss. Those are the little things that might not stick out in the stat sheet, but mean a world in a game.
Rice comes in with 184 yards rushing on the season, including a 105-yard outing against Juniata. Quick throw, Amato, out to Bettle, the tight end, makes a catch, bounces off the tackle, gets to the 41-yard line. Be short of a first down, bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Seals.
These guys are making us look pretty smart, Pat, because there we go. We said, Bettle, this could be a big game, build off of that last game, and right away they're targeting him. And honestly, he should have been tackled there for a very short gain, but showing some weight room muscle there, and guy bounced right off him. He picks up a nice 6-7 yards in the play and a much more manageable 3rd down here.
As Amato bounces out of the huddle, sending Teets to the right, Neidick to the left. Both receivers trying to get their first passing touchdowns on the season are split each way. This is going to go to Rice, trying to get the block up ahead of him, and he's not going to be able to. It's going to be blown up, a loss of 1 on the play, and it's going to send the punt team out for the Seals. Trying to lead the way that time was Max Sheltman, the sophomore, but Rice gets knocked up, loss on the play. It'll be a 4th down and medium for the Seals.
Just nothing there. 3 guys were in the backfield immediately, all in the direction of where Rice was running, and he got hit high and low. I don't care what kind of effort you give. You get your base taken out and tackled high, you're going down, and unfortunately took a small loss on the play. Penalty.
A personnel issue there on the punt team, so
we have a lot of that on special teams, right? It seems like there's confusion of who's on special teams. This has been pretty much every week this year so far. There's been a guy running in late, running off late. Have been fortunate, haven't really had penalties, have used some timeouts to fix it, but here's a penalty.
Penalty there as a guy had to run off, and it's a 5-yard walk-off. Crew Carter will come in, had a good punting night a week ago against the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Gets a good snap and looking to get it away. End over end kick, return man takes it, bobbles it at the 40, and then he's going to be hit, take it to the turf, and that's going to be Logan Dresser coming down and making the quick stop for the Seals. So Central Mountain goes on offense for the first time tonight after getting Seals stopped on their first possession. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. The Wildcats come out, their sophomore quarterback, Everett, 22 for 36, 171 yards, averaging just over 61% on completion percentage. He's also looking for his first passing touchdown of the season. Man goes in motion. Going to give it to the lone back in the backfield. That's McDermott. He's hit. Take it down. Great play that time. Is that nope, that's Sheltman. And Ryan, a blocker was on his back and somehow was able to still get to McDermott to take him down for the loss on the play of 1.
That's a great penetration on the first play. Make him stretch it out a little bit. Is that who it was, Sheltman, or was it Hoffman there?
I think it was 5, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Yeah, looked like he got to him.
Whoever, that was a really good tackle. Got low and hung on there. Big stop there for the Seals.
Yeah, Sheltman's on the left side of the defense wearing number 5. McDermott gets the call again, trying to get a push from that offensive line. He shows some strength to get up beyond the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 for Central Mountain. Again, their first possession, offensive possession of the night. Just underway, 8:47 to go in the first quarter. No score between the Wildcats and the Seals.
Central Mountain did get a yard there in that play, but man, Selinsgrove getting to the spot, jamming things up, and stopping it real quick. I like to see that strength of the line of scrimmage.
Everett in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolling to his right. Sheltman in the backfield, unable to get to him, slows him down. Then white shirts converge, and finally Hoffman will be able to make the tackle for the Seals, well short of a 1st down. And it looks like Central Mountain's going to bring the punt team out.
Well, one thing Selinsgrove's been excellent at the first 3 weeks is when they get there to make the tackle, they've been wrapping up and bringing guys down. not many broken tackles that I can remember through 3 weeks against 3 very good teams. But right there, that's one of the first plays I remember this season where a guy broke multiple tackles.
Teets will drop back, waiting for the punt. A good snap, the punt's away. End over end kick. Teets will come up and make the catch. He'll go down quickly up to the 34-yard line. So Seals right now get good starting position as they did in the first possession.
Teets looks to be
slow to get up.
Yeah,
He's still
he
down
got
on the
up,
turf.
walked a little bit, and he's sitting down. I don't know, maybe if he rolled. Kind of looked like when he landed knee first, so he might have just jarred his knee a little bit. I don't think it was from the hit, any twisting like that. It could be maybe an ankle, but either way, he got up, walked a little bit, and he was like, I better sit down. But yeah, we got to keep an eye on that because he is a massive part of this team.
Again, other games going on tonight we'll keep an eye on. Bloomsburg at Warrior Run. Lewisburg looking for their first win. They'll take on Hughesville. Midwest, who got their opening season win, they're taking on Loyalsock. Mount Carmel 1-2, taking on a 2-1 Southern Columbia team. Danville looking for their first win, taking on a defeated Central Columbia team. And again, the big one, Jersey Shore at Shamokin. And no scores at this point for those games. The Lime Mountain sitting at 3-0. Heavy favorites taking on Halifax, and Milton hosting South Williamsport, as Milton comes in at 0-3 as well. Medical staff tending to Wyatt Teets down on the turf. He gets to his feet. And he's going to try to walk off. Looks a little gingered that way. But again, need him healthy, as he's a huge part, not only offensive side, on the defensive side as well. So he'll walk to the sideline. Selinsgrove's second offensive possession tonight. No score between the Wildcats and the Seals. 7:50 to go in this opening quarter. Rocco Amato pops out of the huddle, sending wide receiver to the right. That's number 4 for the Seals. That's Dylan Fisher, the freshman. He'll split far to the right. Trips to the left. Brett Rice alone back in the backfield. Amato gets the snap. Looking over the middle. Trying to get it to Bettle. And Bettle's going to be hit, and he'll be knocked to the turf as he's running between the hash. But the defender was on his back, and it will be a penalty against the Central Mountain Wildcats.
Easy call. I mean, it's just him and the safety out in the middle of the field. Everyone sees the one-on-one matchup. And nice pass led out in front, the deep ball kind of throw we were talking about. He didn't quite get that chance to step into last week. That time he looked like he was about to deliver a dime, but Bettle on his route just completely grabbed and taken to the ground. So easy call for the officials. That's a great pass play for Selinsgrove. We'll take it.
They walk it off, put the ball at the 49-yard line for the Seals. First down and 10. Neidig splits far to the left along with Just Maria. In the slot is Bettle with that trips to the left. One wide receiver split to the right. Amato drops back. He's got some time. Look at Dion, deep left sideline for Neidig. Not able to get to it. Overthrown Neidig that time. Good defense that time by the Wildcats. But it's something to stretch this defense out a little bit. Falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 for the Seals.
And I'm okay with that. I mean, I like the attack downfield. I like the aggressive nature of the offense. It was not a bad pass. Just, you can say he overthrew it, or we can say he underran it, Pat. You pick. Obviously, you're a receiver guy. I'm going to go with the QB here. Say it was underran by the receiver. But, I mean, a little bit of bumping going on that route might have hurt the timing as well.
Well, Neidig, who was the intended receiver on that one, will split left. Fisher to the right. Second down and 10. Pistol look for the Seals. Amato turns, give it to Rice. Rice looks like he got his face mask grabbed, and he did. As he got to midfield, the defender grabbed him up around the face mask and assisted on the tackle, so that will be a penalty against the Wildcats on the Brett Rice run between the tackles.
And what was real nice about that run is the initial contact, because that could have been in the backfield. But Brett Rice showing strength, broke out of that, and then instantly grabbed in the face mask. Easy call for the officials again, and a positive penalty for Selinsgrove, and they're going to take everything they can get.
Those guys up front trying to open things up for Brett Rice. Center is Hoffman, the guards Magnuson and Dressler, and the tackle Peters and Portwood for the Seals. Coming in tonight, we talked about Bettle. 7 catches coming into tonight. The senior at 6'1", 210 pounds. He's been the focus on some of the long passes already for the Seals. But the leading receiver is Teets, and he was on the sidelines trying to run off after he was injured on the return. He's being continued to be monitored by the training staff for the Seals. Ball puts the penalty puts the ball at the 35-yard line. Amato gets rid of it. It's got Neidig making the catch. He'll go down immediately after the 2-yard pickup by the Seals as Amato rolled to his right and got it out there for Neidig just for a short pickup. 2nd down and 8 at the Central Mountain 33-yard line.
2 very tough yards there in a pass play, but Amato, I don't think he was going to outrun what was going to be a sack there, and he just did a timing throw. He threw it quick, put it out where he thought his receiver would be, and he was there. And, hey, 2 yards is 2 yards.
Well, with those 2 yards, it'll be a 2nd down and 8. 2 wide receivers to the left. That's Scorzone and Neidig. They go with the fullback in front of Brett Rice. They're going to go to Rice. The fullback blows through the hole. And they're saying there's a fumble. There's a scramble. Central Mountain's saying they have it. Haven't seen an official call yet, and now we have. It is a turnover, and it'll go to the Central Mountain Wildcats.
Tough there for the Seals. Offense was moving, and just ball got punched out there as Rice was trying to run through a gap. And give Central Mountain some credit there. They jumped on the ball with some Selinsgrove Seals around. So huge play there for Central Mountain and their defense, getting their offense the ball back.
Scorzone will come in, play the safety position as Teets continues on the sidelines. I see JT over there trying to tape something up. Maybe a good sign. Tape him up, and he'll be able to return. But right now, Scorzone will play the safety position. Linebacker Bettle on the left. He's defending the receiver in the slot. Everett turns, gives it to McDermott. McDermott bounces off of 1 tackle and then taken down. Peters involved in the stop there. Also, Crew Carter for the Seals. Back to the original. Nope, they're going to put him at the 35-yard line, so he will pick up 4 on the carry. 2nd down and 6.
About 3 yards, make it 2nd and 7.
Clock winding under 6 to go in the opening quarter. No score between the Seals and the Wildcats. We're going to call it a 2nd down and 7 as they mark it just shy of the 35-yard line.
It's 6 yards. I don't know why they're saying 7.
Quick throw this time. Nope, now bringing it down is Everett. He's going to take off and run. Crew Carter gets to him and takes him down at the 40-yard line. Short of a 1st down, it'll be a 3rd down and 1. A long one. Actually, now they're marking at the 39-yard line. Looked like he got to the 40, but it is going to be marked at the 39-yard line. So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats, trying to keep this drive alive.
Man, if I'm Central Mountain's coach, I'm throwing the red flag. I want a review.
Didn't seem like he spun and got
I think it's a
40-yard line.
Favorable spot for the Seals.
Everett in the shotgun formation. Going to give it to McDermott in the backfield, hit by Bettle. Right at the 40. He's not going to get to the 40-yard line, so that'll be short of a 1st down as the Seals come up with a big defensive stop as we're keeping an eye on big plays. We call them the Schmokadam Health Center backbreaker plays of the game, and that could be a candidate for the Schmokadam Health Center backbreaker play of the game.
I mean, just Jake Bettle all over that. He saw it right away, flew to the ball, wrapped up, arms out around. Man, that was a very, very nice play by Jake Bettle, especially the recognition and reaction. But it's looking here, 4th and 1. Central Mountain keeping their offense out in the field. Man, it's early, and 2 teams without a win, struggling to score this year in the 1st quarter.
Right now you're telling your defense, don't jump, be disciplined, listen to the hard counts, don't get caught. Some discussion going on the side.
Cornerback maybe come up a little bit on this near side. He's kind of far off. But again,
that's
they don't
Neidig.
throw.
Yep, that's Neidig on the right.
I don't think they've thrown the ball yet.
We're still talking about the clock situation right now. Now the play clock is running. They ran it. They're running the play clock still, so I'm not really sure what exactly is going on. Done a lot of games, but there's always – I don't know if they have to let it run all the way down and then reset it at 40.
I mean, it's 2025. We really can't type in 2 numbers and set it to that? Like, is that where we're at right now?
And now
with technology?
Now we got stoppage again.
I mean, my phone can tell me, if I fall. It'll call my wife. Say, hey, Ryan fell again.
Well, they always say you can put a man on the moon, but you can't figure out how to
No, that's
reset.
fake. That's fake.
Oh, really?
news.
Didn't happen?
I don't know.
And you're the one that
I
thinks
wasn't
the Earth,
there.
and the Earth's flat.
Yes.
I've never been to the end. I always turn away because I can start to see the end.
Oh, man.
No score. Reset things here, and we need it desperately. 4:25 to go in the opening quarter. No score between the Wildcats and the Seals. The Seals have moved the ball some on some penalties, some on some runs. But right now, they're locked up in a 0-0 game with the Wildcats. 4th down and 1. The Wildcats look like they're going to go for it. Everett in the shotgun. He's going to get the call. A keeper. He's got a first down. It falls forward to the 44-yard line. Gutsy call by the Wildcats, and they pick up a first down.
No big deal, man. Selinsgrove defense got to feel pretty good right now. That was literally 4 carries to barely get a first down. Just keep it up. Keep it up. Keep that pressure, fly to the ball, make big tackles.
So with that, the Wildcats have it at their own 45-yard line. 2 wide receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. McDermott, the lone back in the backfield, along with Everett. Serafini goes in motion from right to left. They're going to give it to McDermott, straight up the middle. It's going to get to the 47-yard line, a pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats.
Well, watching film of Central Mountain versus Williamsport last week, Central Mountain came out in the beginning of that game. They ran the ball okay. They had some chunk yardage on a couple of plays. But tonight, Selinsgrove all over it. I don't know if there's been a carry for more than 4 or 5 yards for Central Mountain yet. Most of it's been just a couple yards at a time. Selinsgrove getting to the ball.
Well, their last one was for 2 yards, making it a 2nd down and 8. 2 wide receivers to the right for Everett. He gets the snap. Quick pitch to McDermott. Going right. Runs in the battle. And also, the ball's on the turf. There's a scramble. The officials are running in to determine whose ball it is. And they're going to say Central Mountain's able to retain possession. But a loss on the play led by senior linebacker Jake Bettle.
I love the way he's leading right now, showing that senior leadership. Oh, they're giving him a breather. Come on. He doesn't need a breather. But the way he just manhandled that receiver to get that tackle. And it was a great tackle. He knocked the ball free. Jake Bettle is like, this is a must win. He understands.
He comes off, coming into the game, number 15, just a freshman, Isaac Thomas comes into the game for the Seals. 3rd down and 10. Everett rolling left. Got some green grass ahead of him. He's going to try to take off and run into a wall. Logan Dressler throws him to the turf. It's going to be a 4th down and 10. Punting situation for the Wildcats.
That's how I used to tackle my younger brother. I'd pick him up in a bear hug and slam him on the ground. That was violent. But a much-needed tackle to force that long 4th down in a punting situation so that Selinsgrove offense get the ball back and make up for that turnover earlier.
The pursuit on the edges has been much better for the Seals tonight. This punt is away, goes off to the left, and it will sail out of bounds. A matter of the spot as the official will walk up the right sideline, still going beyond the 30, up to the 35-yard line. Selinsgrove's had great field position, Ryan. Their 3 possessions have started in and around the 35-yard line, and that's where this one's going to start as Amato gets a last-minute call from the sideline, getting ready to take the field. Let's see if the Seals can put a possession to go together here late in the first quarter. No score between the Seals and the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I don't think you change anything offensively. They had a nice drive going. It ended with a turnover, and that has nothing to do with play calling. Just one of those things, get a better grip on the ball. But I like what we saw going on from Selinsgrove's offense. I expect to see a continued mix of run and pass.
Well, they're going to go trips to the left, rights the lone back in the backfield. Amato looking, gets rid of it. Look on a slant to Neidig, in and out of his hands, and it's going to fall incomplete. The other receiver in there was Sassaman. He was running looked like a straight post, but they tried to get it to Neidig on a slant, in and out of his hands. It'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Neidig just running a slant there about 7 yards and cuts in. I bet you he'd like another shot at that because that kind of hit him in the hands. I think he'd like another shot. I think he catches that one 9 out of 10 times.
Go with the same look. Bettle in the slot on the left with the trips. 1 wide receiver to the right. Teets has not returned to the game at this point for the Seals. Rice gets the call. Drag defenders beyond the 35-yard line out to the 37-yard line. And Central Mountain wants some extracurricular stuff going on as Portwood was finishing a block, but Short pickup, a 3rd down and 8 for the Seals, trying to pick up a 1st down. Both teams trading punches at this point. No score with 1:15 to go in the opening quarter. Teets is back into the game. He's going to split to the left in the trips along with Just Maria, who go far to the left, and Bettle out there with him. Neidig will split to the right. Amato gets the snap. The flag on the play. Teets makes the catch at the 47. Ball's knocked out of his hands, falls out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play as well.
Now, is he calling that a catch, though? Because that's pretty important here. It was a catch. Tucked it and turned, started to run, then got hit, and the ball came out, went out of bounds. Just want to make sure they're definitely calling that a catch. Teets did run a route there. I can tell you right now, he's not 100%. Not 100%, but still able to get open.
And was able to get the 1st down. As you said, the discussion is that 1st down was picked up because it was a completed pass. And officials are continuing to talk it over. Are they discussing things with Coach Winrick on the far side to figure out this confusion? 51 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Give you some updated scores coming up shortly. As I see Shikellamy is leading right now over Williamsport 7-0. Lewisburg leading Hughesville in their baseball battle 2-0. Going through no score, Mount Carmel and Southern. Central Columbia leading Danville 7-6. And Jersey Shore up on Shamokin 7-0. The penalty will go against the Seals, so it'll take away the 1st down catch by Teets. It'll put the ball all the way back at the 32-yard line, making this a 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 13 with 51 seconds to go in the opening quarter as the officials continue to have conversation. We talk about smoothness in a game, and officials are...
Pay attention here, though, in this play, because every time Selinsgrove's been in a passing situation, Central Mountain has rushed 2 from the far side, which is the left side of the defensive line, right side of the offensive line. And the second guy never gets picked up. And it's been very close to Amato getting hit, not knowing it's coming. So, got to pay attention to that right now.
See if they sure things up, as you said, on the right side of that offensive line to pick that up, because the trips does continue to be on the left side for the Seals, leaving them vulnerable on the right side of their offensive line. They are showing blitz of the Wildcats. They step out of it. 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 13. The blitz coming. Amato gets rid of it. Scott Teets makes the catch. Gets it to the secondary beyond the 50. Into Central Mountain territory to the 46. And Wyatt Teets is down slow to get up once again. Tried to gut it out as a senior, but he's going to have to be tended to once again by the medical staff.
And if he's healthy on that route, that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown by Wyatt Teets. There is a flag, Pat, I don't know if you saw in the backfield there. I think it might be a late hit, roughing the passer. But yeah, Teets, I mean, he's a good route runner. He got open, even not at 100%. Caught it and was actually starting to pull away. And I know that's not his top speed. If he's healthy, that's going to the house.
And you're correct. That was a penalty against the Central Mountain Wildcats. So the catch and run by Teets will stand. And Teets, again, will make his way to the sideline, get some assistance from Coach Winrick and JT as we continue to keep an eye on that. You see the explosiveness was not there on that catch. As you said, that's a touchdown if he's fully healthy. So we'll keep an eye on Teets as he's going to be tended to on the far side for the Seals. The officials are going to walk it off, put it at the 30-yard line in Central Mountain territory on this 1st down and 10 play. Seals, again, dressed in their all-white uniforms, white helmet with the Seal script. Central Mountain Wildcats on Military Appreciation Night coming out in their military shirts. This is going to go to Rice off the right, just a couple yards, but a positive play. Give them 3, 2nd down and 7 for the Seals. Could be the last play of the first quarter as we're winding under 10 seconds to go. Seals don't look like they're going to be in a big rush, so we are going to take a break. Come back, get ready for the second quarter as the Selinsgrove Seals and the Wildcats locked up at 0-0. This Selinsgrove football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107 and Eagle107.com.
Buy the best pre-owned vehicle from the area's #1 certified pre-owned Ford dealer, Selinsgrove Ford. Selinsgrove Ford at the Bridge in Selinsgrove and at selinsgroveford.com.
Into the second quarter. Shikellamy leading Williamsport last report 7-0. That's on 1070 WKOK here on Eagle 107, Eagle107.com. Selinsgrove, the Wildcats locked up in a 0-0 ball game. Selinsgrove threatening though at the Wildcat 27-yard line. There is going to be a flag on the play. See if Amato was able to get the Wildcats to jump off sides. And he was able to, so walk off that penalty as the Selinsgrove Seals will have it second down and short now, trying to pick up this first down.
4th penalty already for Central Mountain tonight. We haven't even started technically the second quarter, no time off the clock. 4 penalties for 50 total yards. 3 of those penalties were 15-yard penalties. That is a horrible recipe to try and get in a win.
Now they need to take advantage of it. Score zone split far to the right, Neidig to the left. I formation with Sheltman in front of Rice. This is going to go to Rice. Rice off the left side, trying to get a push from that offensive line. He'll get to the 20-yard line, close to the first down marker. No signal yet. The one official standing just outside the 20. Now they're playing, let's throw the ball around a little bit. And they finally spotted outside the 20. So it is not a first down. It's a 3rd down and less than a yard for Amato as he'll walk up behind center.
So far, this Central Mountain defensive line's done a good job.
And it's going to go to Amato. Amato's going to have a first down. Falls forward inside of the 18, maybe down to the 17-yard line for the Seals.
I don't know who runs it better, Philly or Selinsgrove. That tush push, man. I think Selinsgrove's perfect of the season on it.
Seal shove.
Seal shove.
It is a first down, and they have the clock running. So it used to be a time where you'd stop the clock to reset the chains. But they're in a hurry. We're in the second quarter, come up with 11 minutes to go in the first half. No score, but the Seals are threatened. Inside of the Central Mountain 20-yard line, wide receivers each side. Neidig to the right. Score zone to the left. I formation. Amato taking a snap. Give it to Rice off the right side. Able to get away from one would-be tackler down to the 15-yard line for the senior. So he's going to pick up 3. It'll be a second down and 7 for the Seals.
You know, and the closer you get to the end zone, the more important Rice becomes. His ability, to drag guys, break some tackles becomes very important because when you start throwing the ball inside the 20, a lot less room for receivers to go, a little bit easier for the defense to cover as a secondary job. So it's very, very, very imperative that Rice has success inside this 20-yard line.
We'll stay in the backfield. I formation. Bettle, the tight end, is on the right side of the formation with 2 wide receivers to the left. No score between the Seals and the Wildcats. Amato's going to turn, give it to Rice, just who you call. Good move at the 15. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown for the Selinsgrove Seals.
That's just a beautiful play from start to finish. Got the blocking that he needed, one of them being Bettle, as you were just talking about. And then he breaks one tackle as well, puts on his afterburners and gets in the end zone. Just a whole bunch of good things happen there to get that touchdown run for Rice and get Selinsgrove here on the board.
Rice gets his second rushing touchdown of the season for the Seals. He had a touchdown in the opener against Juniata, and the seniors able to cross the goal line in for the score to give the Seals the lead. Isaac Thomas is the holder, filled in for Wyatt Teets on the Kinley Weiser attempted extra point. Trying to get a good snap here. Low, but Thomas gets it down. The kick is up, and it is good. The Selinsgrove Seals score first as they did last week against Jersey Shore, with the extra point good. Selinsgrove lead 7-0 over the Wildcats.
My favorite part is the staff, and the aides are wonderful, and they treat us so well. We're always doing things, playing games. I think they're playing volleyball right now.
I love Nottingham. It's the third nursing home I've worked at. Nottingham truly treats you like a family. They really are concerned with what's going on with you. There's nothing like being with the residents. I mean, you're a part of their lives now. You actually become part of their family on more than one occasion.
And that play looked a little bit like wear down effect as he was breaking tackles and guys couldn't get to him. So, you know, you just keep giving him the ball. He runs hard every time. And when you're on defense, the worst thing is a guy that just wants to hit you head to head and not make a move. And that's the way Rice runs. So he's what you call annoying if you're a defender.
10-play drive, 65 yards. Took 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The extra point good, and 7-0 lead for the Seals after the Brett Rice 15-yard touchdown run. That's the Selinsgrove Ford drive summary. Let's take a break. We'll come back and watch the Central Mountain offense after this on Eagle 107, eagle107.com.
I'm Kyle Mertz, fifth generation of the Mertz family owning and operating Sunbury Motors. Let's see what Sunbury Motors has to offer.
Get 0% APR for up to 60 months plus a $2,500 SMC discount on a 25 Santa Fe. Or choose a 25 Palisade with the same 0% APR and $2,500 discount. Enjoy a $1,500 discount plus 3.99% APR for 72 months on a 25 Tucson.
Come visit us at the North 4th Street Auto Plaza and be treated to a buying experience like you've never had before.
So Central Mountain trying to answer the Selinsgrove touchdown to the Brent Rice run. They get a good start here. Is McDermott able to take it to the 30-yard line?
McDermott on the carry.
He's going to pick up 8 on the carry. It'll be a second down and long 2 for the Wildcats. Again, Brett Rice taking it from 15 yards out. A 10-play drive as Selinsgrove's able to take it in for the score. The extra point by Weiser good. 7-0 lead for the Seals. The Wildcats trying to come back after the touchdown by the Seals. They have it second down. We're calling it 3, just out inside their own 30-yard line. Everett takes the snap, giving McDermott. McDermott hit and taken down quickly. He was grabbed around the ankles and then finished off. Trying to see 27 involved in the stop. That's a new number for us, as that Ryan Zern. He's the junior, 6'1", 185 pounds, involved in the stop for the Seals.
I like whoever it is. I like what they're doing because that was flying to the ball again, laying a big hit, securing the tackle, and taking it to the ground. And that was huge because, you know, right away on first down, they got a nice 5-6 yards, nothing going there, so it forces a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. Seals trying to come up with a big stop. Looking for the Schmokendam Health Center backbreaker play of the game candidate, but we're not going to see a play as there's going to be a timeout. A timeout that will be taken by the Central Mountain Wildcats. Let's take 1-2 with 8:33 to go in the first half. Selinsgrove leading 7-0 over the Wildcats. This is Seals football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
Enjoy the drive this fall in a new Mazda from W&L. Enjoy efficiency as you head back to school. Choose between a fuel-efficient gas or hybrid Mazda CX-50 with rates starting at 0.9 for 60 months. Enjoy comfort and space on your way to the game in the roomy Mazda CX-70 or the 3-row CX-90. Both the Mazda CX-70 and Mazda CX-90 gas or plug-in hybrids are $2,000 off with customer cash. Find your Mazda at W&L, off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
So following the Central Mountain timeout, they'll have it 3rd down and 3. 8:33 to go in the first half with Selinsgrove leading 7-0. Man goes in motion from right to left. McDermott gets the call. He's going to have enough for a first down as he takes it to the 33-yard line. They'll move the chains. Will the Wildcats, again, trying to answer the Selinsgrove touchdown.
It's all right. Again, it's no big plays. It's very well-earned yardage by Central Mountain. Selinsgrove defense just needs to keep doing what they're doing. It will work out.
First down and 10. Two wide receivers to the far right, one to the left. Quick pitch this time to McDermott. Trying to get to the edge. He does. Up the right sideline. Is going to be blown out of bounds by Scorzone, but there are going to be multiple flags thrown on the run by the Central Mountain offense.
I'm really interested to see what this call is.
Like the design there. It was a quick throw from Everett to McDermott, but it's going to be a penalty against the Central Mountain Wildcats to take away a good run by McDermott as he got to the edge.
Yeah, it must have been something away from the ball because that flag was thrown right in the direction of the tackle. I was like, what could that possibly be? But that's great news. That's a gut punch to Central Mountain right there.
As they're trying to put back-to-back positive plays, but they're not going to on that one. They're going to have to walk this off. Ryan, I want to say hi to Lydia Jackson and her family. She's a fifth-grade teacher at Selinsgrove. Nice situation and a beautiful night. They are making mountain pies and watching the game outside on a beautiful night. Thanks for listening to Seals football, to Lydia Jackson and her family making mountain pies. Enjoy your night. From Eagle 107, eagle107.com.
Well, I'm a foodie, so I like food, and I don't like to hear when people are eating food and I don't get any of it. So have a good time, I guess.
You guess. I have some connections. Maybe we can end up with the mountain pie. You never know.
All right. Well, I know this. First down, 15. Central Mountain runs it, tries to get up the gut there, and just shut down. Maybe a gain of 1. So that penalty was huge against Central Mountain, that hold. They were looking at 2nd and 5. Now because of that penalty, they're looking at 2nd and 14.
Trips to the left, one wide receiver to the right. Everett, quick throw out there. Got his man. Makes a catch. Makes a man miss at the 31 and able to get to the 35-yard line.
And, you know, there was pressure coming from the outside there for Selinsgrove, but the hands were down. When you were pressuring a quarterback looking to throw, you got to get those hands up. Get them up in the air. Take away passing lanes. Make them, if they're going to throw it, have to throw a little bit of a lollipop, a little bit of air underneath it. Gives defense more time to react to it. You run with your hands down, they can just buzz it right over top of your helmet. That's just what happened right there.
It was Rohrbach on the catch to make this a 3rd down and a long 7 for Central, trailing 7-0 to the Seals. Everett's going to roll to his right, gets rid of it. Almost picked up, but they caught by the Wildcats into Selinsgrove territory. It's going to be Thomas on the stop, but a first down pickup as the Wildcats able to take it into Selinsgrove territory to the 49-yard line.
And there's a such thing as a bad hustle there. I mean, there is. And I don't that's risky there. Going for the interception, don't get it. Fortunately, there was another Selinsgrove defender right there then to make the tackle. But if you're going to jump a ball, you better get in front of the receiver. You might not have to intercept it, but they can't catch it. And that's what we call a bad hustle.
Well, sets up a first down and 10 for the Wildcats in Selinsgrove territory. McDermott gets the call, going left, trying to get to the edge, outrunning a defender. He will get to the edge, gets to the sideline before he's finally taken down at the Seals' 43-yard line. Multiple guys in on the stop, 27 leading the way, and that's Ryan Zern again. But the Wildcats putting together their best possession of the night against the Seals defense.
And, you know, they're doing it nickeling. They're not even diming, really. It's pretty much all nickels or less, 5 yards at most. But they're sticking to it. It's starting to get consistent. They're getting some momentum behind it. And now they've changed the field position and have themselves a 2nd and 4, which completely opens up the playbook for Central Mountain.
2nd down, they're going to get a timeout. A timeout's going to be taken by the Central Mountain Wildcats.
How crucial is this possession right here to Central Mountain, where they're using a timeout there on 2nd and 4? The importance of this momentum and this drive for them right now. A team that has not scored yet this year. You tell me if they're not playing every down like it's the last play of the game. They have to. They got to get something positive under their belt that hopefully can, for them, motivate them to get more. But, man, 2nd down and 4, using their 2nd timeout of the half with 5:20 to go here in the first half. I guess with the pace this game's going, they might not even get the ball back again this half if they give it back to Selinsgrove. So clock has definitely been running. Very quick first half so far.
And Ryan, you know, as a coach, just when you're trying to convince the kids to continue to stay balled in, you're sitting at 0-3, you haven't scored. and for both these teams to be able to feel some pay dirt, put points on the board. Central Mountain, they would love to put points on the board, especially late in this first half, and feel good about going into halftime. Right now, they trail the Seals 7-0. McDermott gets the call. He's going to the right. Met by Hoffman. He does fall forward. They're going to put it at the 41-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down, so it will be a third down, maybe a third down and 2 for Central Mountain. McDermott has been the workhorse for the Central Mountain Wildcats. We knew that coming in.
And this has got to be 2-down territory. I guarantee they don't have anybody that's kicking from 50-plus yards. Oh, that would be 60 there, just about 60. So this is 2-down territory. So this is a tough situation here for the Seals. Honestly, if Central Mountain wanted to, they could try and throw the ball here on some play action. But here it is, 3rd down and 2.
Man goes in motion from right to left. McDermott gets the snap, gives it to McDermott, going left, running hard. Throw a couple tackles into the second level, beyond the 25, inside the 25-yard line for McDermott, as he's going to take it to the 18-yard line. A huge first down for the Wildcats.
Well, they're actually, Pat, they have marked at the 23. He kind of rolled up there. I think his knee went down first back at the 23. So they haven't quite gotten into the red zone yet, but by far their best drive of the game and by far the best run of plays that they probably put together all season. So they're hype right now as they're approaching the red zone.
Man goes in motion once again. This could be McDermott. He's going to be hitting the backfield. Spins out of a tackle. Still going. Dragging defenders to the 15. Still going inside to the 14, 13, and down to the 11-yard line for the Central Mountain Wildcats.
And it's really shocking at how they're doing this because they're breaking tackles, multiple tackles. That should have been a 3-4 yard loss. And this is something Selinsgrove has not done all year against Jersey Shore, against Twin Valley and Juniata. Such a good job of making those tackles and bringing guys down. But tonight, something a little different. Central Mountain playing with, I don't know, those jerseys must make some effect there, the camouflage, because they've broken quite a bit of tackles tonight. This is not the first down that was got because of a broken tackle.
That's a senior for the Central Mountain Wildcats, and he's done a little of everything. He's able to get to the edge a little bit, he's able to take it up the middle, and also been able to show his strength to be able to drag defenders. And right now, he is the offense for the Central Mountain Wildcats, is the biggest threat of the night at the Selinsgrove 11-yard line. 3:46 to go in the opening half. Selinsgrove leading at this point on a Brett Rice touchdown run, 7-0. Looking for that bend but not break from the Selinsgrove defense. 1st down and 10. It's going to be a keeper this time by Everett. He squeezes between tackles before he's taken to the turf. And it's going to be Hoffman on the stop. Maybe 3 yards on the pickup, making a 2nd down and 7. They could get a first down if they needed to inside of the 1-yard line as the clock will continue to run.
Definitely have to keep that in mind. This isn't you have to get in the end zone. This is they can get a first down just inside the 2-yard line, and you know they're going to run right now. I mean, two total completions in this game, which happened basically this drive. I think both were this drive. So you know they're going to run here close to the end zone. It's what they do.
McDermott in the backfield along with Everett. See if it goes to McDermott. Nope, they're going to give it to the speed sweep man going from right to left. He's going to be met at the 5, and he's dragging defenders inside the 5. No whistle yet, and finally he'll go down on the carry that time. Marcus Slota, and they're going to mark him at the 5-yard line. So there's a lot of determination here by the Central Mountain Wildcat team.
But I don't know what was going on there because there were so many Seals on the ball. I felt like they were trying to keep him standing up and trying to rip the ball out. Now, you got to get him to the ground. You can't be messing around trying to force a turnover here. Wrap up, take him down because they got a couple extra yards because of that attempt.
2:19 to go in the opening half. Selinsgrove leading 7-0. 2 wide receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. McDermott in the backfield. Man goes in motion from right to left for Everett. And there's going to be a whistle and a flag. The play clock is at 0-0.
Game on Central Mountain.
You talked about a lot of those penalties in that first quarter. They continue to add up here for Central Mountain.
Dude, that is a huge penalty. I mean, Selinsgrove, as a Selinsgrove fan, I'm A-okay with that. But that can't happen. That can't happen. You've been scored all year long. You can't take a delay of game penalty at the 5-yard line.
So now they're forced into a 3rd down and long from the Seals' 10-yard line. Slant this time. Everett trying to get it to the extended hands, but it falls incomplete of his receiver who laid himself out, unable to make that connection. 4th down and 10. Look like they're bringing the kicker out.
Very close. Very, very close to an acrobatic catch and touchdown, first of the year for the Wildcats, but not the case. Now you're at 4th and 8, and they're going to attempt to kick. Now, we watched them kicking before the game warming up, and it wasn't pretty. And some of those were PAT attempts. This is what, Pat, a 22-yard?
He's going to spot it down at the... That's plenty through. Up
27
and through
yards.
And good. 27 yards up and through and good. So the Central Mountain Wildcats put together their best possession. They get their first points of the season late in this first half with 2:02 to go in the half to cut the Seals lead down to 4 as Selinsgrove leads 7-3.
That kick looked nothing like what we saw in warm-ups. That was an excellent kick. Got some good height, strong leg in that. I promise you, if you're at home listening or watching on YouTube, those kicks earlier on looked like I was kicking them. They were low line drives, barely as high as the crossbar.
But the big scheme of it, it's a good possession by the Wildcats, and they're able to take it in for the score, as we said, to cut the lead to 7-3. This comes after a 16-play drive by the Wildcats. They went 78 yards, took 7 minutes and 56 seconds, and Carson's able to kick the 27-yard field goal for the Central Mountain Wildcats.
And what's really impressive with that drive is the 8 minutes they ate off the clock. That leaves Selinsgrove with 2 minutes. It's going to put them more in a passing style offense here unless there's a real big return. And, you don't have your best receiver right now in Teets as he's been out with an injury.
As Carson's going to kick this one away. It will be able to be returned at the 10. Up the right hash, Brett Rice changes direction. Trying to get away from a tackle, not able to at the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Seals at their own 25-yard line. Again, a 16-play drive covering 78 yards for the Central Mountain Wildcats. Took 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Carson kicks a 27-yard field goal to cut the lead to 7-3. Selinsgrove still leading 7-3. That's the Selinsgrove Ford drive summary. See how the Seals handle this. Again, Teets not into the game. They have wide receivers going to each side. Far to the left will be score zone. In the slot will be Jess Maria, 2 wide receivers to the right for the Seals. Amato in the shotgun, gets the snap, give it to Rice. Rice gets away from 1 tackle, but not able to get away from the second as he crosses the 25. He'll get out to the 27-yard line after the short pickup by the senior running back.
And they are hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Obviously, the clock running at 1:40 here, remaining in the half, and 72 yards to go to the end zone. Seems like he's going to have to pick up this pace.
Amato gets the snap, under a lot of pressure, rolling to his right, being chased from behind. He gets rid of it. He's got Gessa Maria beyond the defense, but a well-played defensive play by Central Mountain to knock that one away.
Oh, man, wide open down the sideline. But the pressure was there. Again, the 2 guys coming from that side, flushing Amato out. He's got to throw off of 1 foot on the run and just not enough on it. If he had a little more time, that's a guaranteed touchdown for the Seals, but not the case. 3rd and long.
Seals not shying away from trying to do something here late in this first half, but that was a missed opportunity there with 1:24 to go in the first half. Twins to each side. Amato gets snapped. Give it to Rice. Rice got a hole, but it's closed quickly at the 30. Maybe they're going to mark him right at the 30-yard line, well short of a first down. It'd be a 4th and 5, and a timeout will be taken.
And I love that play call. That is great coaching right there. I know a lot of people at home, you're a Selinsgrove fan just like I am, and we become in that fan mode. We're like, we want to score every possession. Hey, there's, still a minute 30. It's only 3rd and 7. Why are we running the ball? You're running the ball because you're up 7-3. You have 0 wins this year. Take it into halftime. Worst thing you can do there is try and pick that 3rd and 7 up with a pass, throw an interception, and then give the ball back to Central Mountain with great field position and let them take the lead into half possibly. So I love the run, forces Central Mountain to burn their last time out. Selinsgrove can now punt. Crew Carter's been punting phenomenal so far this year. Get a good punt out of him, pin them back. There's a Central Mountain offense that only can really run the ball. Not a lot of success throwing it. It's going to be tough with under a minute to take the ball to the field and score and take a lead at halftime. So absolute awesome play calling and coaching there for Selinsgrove.
And it all starts to see if Crew Carter can get a good punt here to try to pin Central Mountain deeper in their own territory. 2 returners are back. Good snap. Crew Carter gets it away. End over end. It will be a short kick and a fair catch. This will muff. The ball's loose. And Selinsgrove comes away with the muffed by Central Mountain, and they'll have the ball right at midfield. Getting the ball that time was Blake Dressler, the freshman, who had hustled down on the punt coverage team.
Hey, man, doing all the right things. 3rd and 7, don't force it. Let's punt it. You get a decent punt, not his best, and the receiver comes up to try and catch it, muffs it, and now things are working for you. Now it's even better than trying to force that 3rd and 7.
See how they handle this play. They pop out of huddle for the Seals. 2 wide receivers to the left, Scorzone and Justin Maria. 2 to the right, Bettle in the slot on the right along with Neidig. Rice alone back in the backfield. 1:11 to go in the opening half. Motto drops back, rolling to his right. Get it. Looking for Neidig beyond the defense. Trying to come back for it, and he's not going to be able to catch it. It will be a flag on the play.
Yeah, the ball was underthrown, and it ended up being the best thing that could have happened because the receiver's just trying to come back to the ball. Defender doesn't even have any idea where the ball is, and he's just running into the receiver, not allowing him to move. It's like basically a downfield block while the ball is in the air. So easy penalty. Selinsgrove's going to get the big yards. Again, it stops the clock. Selinsgrove still has 2 timeouts. They're now in great field position as they've crossed midfield and some with the penalty. So Selinsgrove, great opportunity here to score before half and extend their lead.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Liberty Basement System halftime show. We'll give you the first half scoring recap, the Seals athletic rundown from Murphy O'Brien, update you on some scores, give you the candidates for the Schmokendam Health Center backbreaker play of the game, and get you ready for a second half. Right now, it stands with 1:04 to go in the opening half. Selinsgrove leading 7-3 over the Central Mountain Wildcats. Following the penalty, it will put the ball at the Central Mountain 36-yard line.
7th penalty, 80 yards against Central Mountain in the first half.
The Seals can take advantage of it here. Going to get it away. Get it to Neidig. In and out of the hands of the sophomore receiver, and it falls incomplete. The clock will stop with 59 seconds to go in the opening half.
Best incompletion you can have right there, because if he catches it, he's down anyways. He's diving for it. Really, it only got them about 3 yards. They would have had to hurry up or burn a timeout because the clock would have ran. So the fact that ball wasn't completed is actually a good thing for the Selinsgrove offense.
Got my buddy Mark Pearson listening to the game. Drove up from Maryland. He and I are going to be doing a marathon walk tomorrow from Lewisburg to Mifflinburg and back once again. He's listening in to the Seals and hoping to see if they can get a big offensive play. Looking to get it to Bettle down the left hash, and Bettle wasn't able to pick it up. It falls incomplete, but again, Mark and I will be doing the walk tomorrow. Beautiful day. Start bright and early in the morning. And it's just about wellness. It's about getting out there and walking. And Mark and I are going to do that tomorrow. So appreciate him listening. Appreciate him making the trip up to Central Pennsylvania for a good walk tomorrow.
You guys are crazy.
I did it last year. Did my marathon walk. It'll be Mark's first time, but he's going to give it a shot. We're going to do it tomorrow. So
good luck, Mark. I hope you've been training.
Trips to the left this time. 1 wide receiver to the right. 3rd down and 10. Amato's going to roll to his left. He's going to just take off and run with it. Uses some speed. Get to the first down marker. Blown out of bounds, but he's going to pick up the first down. And Matt Winrick running down the sideline to congratulate Rocco Amato on a good decision and a first down pickup.
It's either to congratulate him or yell at the official for a timeout. Because, I mean, did he went down in bounds? Is that what they're saying?
Well, clock did stop, whether they started after he picks up that first down and they move the chains, but the clock is not
play
moving
clock's
at this
down
point.
to 15.
First down and 10.
So he did get out. All right.
Trips to the right. Play clock at 7. At 5. Amato going to get the snap. Rolling to his right. Looking. Got a man beyond the defense. Bettle makes the catch into the end zone. Touchdown, Selinsgrove Seals.
Yeah, penalty, no problem. We're still getting the touchdown there. Nice route by Bettle. Very nice throw there by Amato. I love the way Bettle caught that with his hands. In stride, got him up high, caught it at a high point, absorbed the contact, which was the penalty, and he just tucks it and goes in the end zone. We're not surprised. We're not surprised by Bettle getting that first receiving touchdown of the year for the Seals, especially after the performance we saw out of him last week.
And like you said, it's the first passing touchdown of the season for the Seals. So Amato, he takes off and runs, uses his leg to pick up a big first down. They've been rolling him out a little bit, buying some time away from that pressure you talked about. And that time they find Bettle using his strength once again. And this time to ward off a penalty and still come down with the catch. Selinsgrove will take a timeout before they attempt the extra point. But again, the Selinsgrove Seals increase their lead on a touchdown reception by senior Bettle from the junior quarterback Rocco Amato. And the Selinsgrove will attempt the extra point, hoping to push the lead to 14-3. I always talk about taking that momentum into halftime. It's a big push, especially after the Selinsgrove answer the field goal, 27-yard field goal by Central Mountain. What a huge touchdown it is for the Seals.
I really like the way everything worked out here in this final drive. Not trying to force it on that 3rd and 7 when they were deep in their own territory, just punting the ball, and then you get rewarded with the muffed punt. You pick it up, and then your offense just moves it downfield. A little bit of running out of the quarterback, a little bit of running out of your running back, some pass throws, and ultimately your tight end catching the deep one into the end zone.
Just Maria do the snap. Thomas with the hold. Kinley Weiser trying to boot it through. Up, plenty of distance, and it is good. 2 for 2 for Kinley Weiser on the extra points as Selinsgrove increased their lead to 14-3 over the Central Mountain Wildcats. It was a no-doubter for Kinley Weiser. The ball is now on the roof. Ryan, that's going to be your job to go down and get it at halftime. We'll see you at the 3rd quarter.
0 chance.
5-play drive going 51 yards. Took just 33 seconds for the Seals to get it into the end zone as Amato gets his first passing touchdown of the season as he's able to find Bettle for the touchdown. To increase their lead after the extra point by Weiser to make it a 14-3 lead for the Seals. That's the Selinsgrove Ford drive summary. Again, at halftime, stick around. We'll have their first score and recap, give you the Seals athletic rundown, update scores, Smoking Him Health Center backbreaker, play of the game candidates, all part of the Liberty Basement System halftime show. And it was a penalty against Central Mountain, so Logan Dresser has the opportunity to boot this out of the end zone and no return. First touchback of the season for the Seals.
All right, I'm confused. There wasn't a penalty on the PAT, right? That was assessed to the kickoff. It was on the touchdown. I don't if you have an official you can call. I don't know the rules, but pass interference would be declined because the touchdown. Can that be moved to the kickoff? I'm not quite sure what's going on.
If you're an official out there, can you explain that one to us? If you're listening, send us a message on our Facebook Messenger.
I mean,
what we're trying to break down is Selinsgrove got a penalty thrown against the Wildcats on the touchdown catch by Bettle. The extra point went through, no flag, but Selinsgrove's able to kick it off in Central Mountain territory, with Dressler's able to kick it out of the end zone. So we're just trying to look for clarification there. But the bottom line is Selinsgrove leading 14-3 with 38 seconds to go in the first half. Trips to the left for the Wildcats. Quick throw into the dirt, incomplete. Everett looking for his receiver to the left. Again, falls incomplete. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. Got Amanda Friend listening from Fort Benning, Georgia. Congratulations, Chase, on your basic training graduation. We appreciate you as Central Mountain is honoring our military as they're doing Military Appreciation Night. So again, Thank you, Chase, on your basic training graduation. Amanda Friend listening in on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel. This one's going to go to Everett off the left. Not much there to the 23-yard line. It'll be a third down and long. Clocked at 24 seconds. Central Mountain, see if they run another play. Trailing at this point 14-3 to the Seals.
Well, I just made a quick call to Ed Hockley. He has no idea why they kicked off from there. He
come
can't
on, Eddie.
figure it out, so.
Was he lifting weights?
Yeah, definitely.
Counting out some.
I'm not talking his son either. I'm talking the original dad.
The original guns.
Yeah.
Trips to the right. They do snap it. They do get the play off. Take it off is Everett up the sidelines. And he's going to be crushed out of bounds by Owen Hoffman. And Owen's going to get a flag thrown. And now he's talking trash, son. We don't need that.
Well, you might not like the hit, but that doesn't make it a penalty. Oh, yeah, they'll get to run another play. But what I don't understand is he's hit in bounds. Like, I know it was a big hit. He's in bounds. I mean, that.
Well, that's up to officials to talk it out at this point. The extracurricular stuff, if you could say you took the hit, but the other thing that you got to be careful about is standing and barking at the Central Mountain bench. But right now, the officials are having a conversation before we go to halftime. There's no time left on the clock. So a long discussion.
I mean, you threw a flag.
Official.
What is it? I mean, it's either a late hit or it's not.
Got a dead ball, personal foul against Selinsgrove.
Baloney.
So if it's dead ball, do they get to run another play? Are there untimed play? Do they get
Well,
to
I
run
think
it
in
here?
normal rules, you can't end on a dead ball, can you?
I'd say if it's they're having a discussion, and we're not going to sit here and
But
try
I
to
don't
figure
think
it out.
they know. I don't. I mean,
But
we
it was
kicked
a dead
off
ball, so it's going to send it to halftime.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well,
The play was over. Then there was extracurricular stuff, so
it'll be in the second half.
Yep.
Selinsgrove will have to kick back further.
They might use it for next week. They
Yeah,
might use the penalty for next week.
Nice. All right, get us to our halftime
Oh, we
break.
got to get out of here. All right, Selinsgrove leading. That's the bright spot. 14-3 over the Central Mountain Wildcats. And I was given a hard time because I didn't pay attention to umpire in the junior high softball game.
Yeah, well, you did
Yesterday.
blow that one.
I had admitted I blew it.
Yeah.
Wonder if they would admit it down on the field. They're
Nope.
still having a discussion. We're at halftime. Selinsgrove leading 14-3 over the Central Mountain Wildcats. Stick around for the Liberty Basement Systems halftime show. This Selinsgrove football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
Enjoy the drive this fall in a new Mazda from W&L. Enjoy efficiency as you head back to school. Choose between a fuel-efficient gas or hybrid Mazda CX-50 with rates starting at 0.9 for 60 months. Enjoy comfort and space on your way to the game in the roomy Mazda CX-70 or the 3-row CX-90. Both the Mazda CX-70 and Mazda CX-90 gas or plug-in hybrids are $2,000 off with customer cash. Find your Mazda at W&L off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
High school football season is here. Cheer for the Seals with us at the Selinsgrove Dairy Queen. There's no better place to celebrate. We have your favorite eats and treats from burgers to blizzards. And don't forget our ice cream cakes. Selinsgrove DQ Grill and Chill for the win. Go Seals.
Today, everything from work to play and everywhere in between needs energy. And E.H. Kleckner in Montandon has just the thing, Form Energy. It's the better choice for sustained energy and focus to go the extra mile. Choose your favorites from 4 highly tested flavors, including Screamin' Freedom, Grape Smash, Orange Fury, and Blue Blitz. Form Energy offers mental focus and hydration so you can unlock your full potential with 200 milligrams of caffeine and 0 sugar. Get Form Energy today at your favorite retail account.
Gear up for the fall season in a Subaru from W&L. Take on the Friday Night Lights in a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with a low 0% financing for 72 months.
Or get to your favorite camping destination in a Subaru Outback and cozy up with the family around a crackling campfire.
Need more adrenaline? The Subaru Forester is ready to take you up to the mountains for an off-road trailblazing adventure with as low as 0.9% financing for 72 months.
See us off Route 11 in Northumberland, at the Bloomsburg Fair this month, and online at WNLSubaru.com.
At JJ Powell, we know keeping your home warm shouldn't be a hassle. With Easy Pay, you get capped pricing, budget-friendly payments, and automatic delivery, so you can relax and take it easy. Don't wait. Join online at jjpowell.com or call 800-432-0866 today. JJ Powell, take it easy.
Welcome back to Central Mountain High School as the Selinsgrove Seals go into halftime, leading for the first time at halftime, 14-3 over the Wildcats. Welcome to the Liberty Basement Systems halftime show. Give you the scoring recap after a scoreless first quarter. Selinsgrove get on the board as Brett Rice would get his second rushing touchdown of the season, his first one tonight. That came with 10 minutes to go in the first half. It was a 15-yard run by the senior. They completed a 10-play drive covering 65 yards. Took 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The extra point good, and Selinsgrove led 7-0. Then Carson for Central Mountain come back on an impressive drive, a 16-play drive for Central Mountain. It went 78 yards, just under 8 minutes off the game clock, and was finished off by a Carson 27-yard field goal. This comes with 2:02 to go in that first half, and Central Mountain were able to cut it to a 7-3 ball game. But the Selinsgrove Seals able to answer that field goal with a touchdown, as it was Bettle catching a 24-yard touchdown reception from junior quarterback Rocco Amato, as he gets his first passing touchdown of the season. That was a 5-play drive. It covered 51 yards, took just 33 seconds. The second extra point try of the night was good by Weiser for the Seals to make it a 14-3 lead for the Selinsgrove Seals. Again, Selinsgrove leading at halftime as the Selinsgrove Seals marching band entertaining the crowd here at Mill Hall. Again, Seals were able to score first against the Central Mountain Wildcats, or against the Jersey Shore Bulldogs last week to take a 6-0 lead, but saw Jersey Shore run off 49 unanswered points to win that one 49-6. But Selinsgrove, again, able to score first and score right before half, taking a lot of momentum into halftime, leading 14-3. Both teams looking to get their first win of the season. As we continue with the Seals halftime show brought to you by Liberty Basement Systems, we now check in with Murphy O'Brien as she brings our Seals athletic rundown. Here is Murphy O'Brien.
At Blaze Alexander Chevrolet GMC of Selinsgrove, we know everyday vehicles aren't so everyday. They're what get you to the kids' sporting events, practices, and family road trips. They're what you count on to tow the boats to the lake or haul ATVs to the trails. And right now, you can drive home your perfect everyday ride with up to $16,000 off select makes and models. Because at Blaze Alexander Chevrolet GMC of Selinsgrove, even if your everyday vehicle isn't so ordinary, your savings will be. Because we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Whether tailgating at the stadium before the game or watching from the comfort of your own home, Wise Markets has you covered. Wise Markets, the official grocer of Penn State football.
Big moments deserve big celebrations. The Polished Party Place in Selinsgrove delivers. With shelves of stylish decorations, your event will shine. Plan with Polished Party Place. Custom themes and flawless details, here or wherever you are celebrating. Weddings, showers, receptions, graduation parties, birthdays, and so much more.
Troy Zerman, head coach. Meet my team.
Trevor Mitros, tight end.
James Snows, linebacker.
Brian Janelle, quarterback.
Tyler Undercuffler, wide receiver.
Gabe, running back.
At Zimmerman Motors, the Jeep capital of Central PA, we're catching all the incentives. See the huge savings online. So stop in and see why people have been coming from all over the region to Zimmerman's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Sunbury. We're your one-stop shop. Call us at 988 Jeep or visit us online at zimmermanjeep.com.
My favorite part is the staff, and the aides are wonderful, and they treat us so well. We're always doing things, playing games. I think they're playing volleyball right now.
I love Nottingham. It's the third nursing home I've worked at. Nottingham truly treats you like a family. They really are concerned with what's going on with you. There's nothing like being with the residents. I mean, you're a part of their lives now. You actually become part of their family on more than one occasion.
That's good. Welcome back to halftime. It's the Liberty Basement Systems halftime show. And for all those that get an opportunity, do want to run through the Seals Athletic Rundown. Again, Murphy O'Brien giving us a Seals Athletic Rundown as she catches up with all the coaches throughout the district and gets their results. And this is Murphy O'Brien giving us, once again, the Seals Athletic Rundown.
The field hockey team got the week started with a 2-0 win over West Perry and a tough loss to Palmyra at the Palmyra tournament. They had a thrilling win over Mifflinburg and added another win to their record against Shikellamy to end their week. The team has a full week ahead as they host Central Columbia and Line Mountain tomorrow, Greenwood on Monday, Midwest on Tuesday, before ending their week with a trip to Lewisburg on Thursday. The boys soccer team tied Central Mountain 3-3 and came out on top against Milton this week. They will look to hold their undefeated record as they take the trip to Shenandoah Valley tomorrow morning. The girls soccer team had two convincing wins this week with a 4-0 win over Danville and a 7-0 win over Jersey Shore. The girls will travel to Midwest on Monday night before returning home against Central Columbia on Wednesday. The golf team beat Shikellamy this week to improve to 4-2 on their season. They will be back in action on Wednesday and Thursday afternoon. The volleyball team fell to Central Columbia and South Williamsport early in the week, but earned their first ever program win against Hanover to close their week. The team will travel to Danville tomorrow before making the trip to Dallas on Wednesday night. The girls' tennis team dropped matches against Danville, Central Columbia, and Central Mountain this week. Their current record is 2-5. Next week, the girls will take on Mifflinburg at home before hitting the road for matches against Williamsport and Jersey Shore to end their week. This is Murphy O'Brien. Join me each week for the Seals Athletic Rundown on Eagle 107 and eagle107.com.
Once again, appreciate Murphy giving us the Seals Athletic Rundown as she does every week. I understand. Very proud dad here. Murphy is in the midst of student teaching. She's involved in basketball at State College as they have open gyms and they're in a league. And if you've never been around someone who's trying to student teach and be able to keep extracurricular activities going, plus give us the Seals Athletic Rundown with all that going on across the district, that's a lot to do, and Murphy takes great pleasure in it. Thank you, Murphy, for giving us the Seals Athletic Rundown. As we're going to go to our final break, and come back and get ready for the second half. Selinsgrove leading 14-3 as we continue with the Liberty Basement Systems halftime show on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
Buy the best pre-owned vehicle from the area's #1 certified pre-owned Ford dealer, Selinsgrove Ford. Selinsgrove Ford at the Bridge in Selinsgrove and at selinsgroveford.com.
Blaze Alexander Chevrolet GMC of Selinsgrove, we know everyday vehicles aren't so everyday. They're what get you to the kids' sporting events, practices, and family road trips. They're what you count on to tow the boats to the lake or haul ATVs to the trails. And right now, you can drive home your perfect everyday ride with up to $16,000 off select makes and models. Because at Blaze Alexander Chevrolet GMC of Selinsgrove, even if your everyday vehicle isn't so ordinary, your savings will be, because we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
High school football season is here. Cheer for the Seals with us at the Selinsgrove Dairy Queen. There's no better place to celebrate. We have your favorite eats and treats from burgers to blizzards. And don't forget our ice cream cakes. Selinsgrove DQ Grill and Chill for the win. Go Seals.
Because they're still running commercials. Just keep it there, then they can. As we wrap up the Liberty Basement Systems halftime show, taking a look at the stats. 7 first downs for the Seals, 47 yards rushing, 56 through the air for 103 yards. They do have the one fumble. For Central Mountain, 4 first downs, 93 yards rushing, 22 yards passing for 115 total offense in that first half. Central Mountain does have 8 penalties for 95 yards. They also have a fumble turnover for the Central Mountain Wildcats. Individual numbers, Everett 2 for 4 for just 22 yards. Rohrbach 2 catches for 22 yards. McDermott 16 carries for 62 yards. For the Seals, Rocco Amato 4 for 9 for 56 yards. Bettle 2 catches, 31 yards and a touchdown. Rice 11 carries for 32 yards, a touchdown. He does have 1 fumble on the night as the second half is underway. Return man's able to get it from the 22-yard line. Between the hashes, going to be tripped up by Scorzone as he gets close to midfield for the Wildcats, and they'll have it first down and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
So that was the penalty to end the half. They did it on the kickoff. So that's why, I mean, that penalty is kind of big because now Central Mountain, with not much of a return there, they're starting the ball about midfield.
That's why I was going back and forth with Steve Briggs, and he was talking about the officials were wrong on the Bettle penalty because it wasn't a dead ball penalty. It was in the midst of a play, and he still caught it. You decline it, and it was a touchdown. So a little strange on that. As McDermott gets the call, going right. Man, he's been a force tonight. He's been good for the Central Mountain Wildcats. Again, his numbers in that first half for McDermott, 16 carries for 62 yards. Bettle on the stop as the Selinsgrove Seals leading at this point 14-3, but there is a man down on the field for
72.
the Selinsgrove Seals. Portwood, the sophomore, is on the turf, and medical staff coming out to tend to him. Again, our Schmokadam Health Center backbreaker play of the game candidates. We have the Bettle catch is a big one right before half. I always talk about how much of a impact that is in terms of just breaking the momentum. The other, especially Central Mountain, has just gotten a good 27-yard field goal with plenty of distance. But boy, Bettle coming back, get that touchdown. Mato getting his first passing touchdown of the season. Right now, that's the number one candidate for the Schmokadam Health Center backbreaker play of the game.
Yeah, I agree. And, another candidate pretty close to that is the muff punt recovery, to set that actual drive up. So, but I agree. That was a very nice catch and throw for a big touchdown right before half.
So following the run, McDermott was able to get into Selinsgrove territory to the 47-yard line. Man goes in motion. McDermott gets the call again. Blows through a hole inside the 40 down to the 44-yard line for the Wildcats. They're in business as they'll have a third down and short. Right now they see themselves trailing by 11, 14-3 to the Seals.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
But McDermott with that run takes it inside the Seal 45-yard line. It'll be a third down and a long 2 for the Wildcats. 4-down territory, you would think, for the Wildcats.
And watch for the QB keeper here. There's been some of these shorter distances where he just rolls out and runs. It's really a designed run, I believe. But watch the rollout here by the QB.
The sophomore quarterback for the Wildcats. He's in the shotgun. Low snap. Give it to McDermott. He's got a first down and more. Score zone in on the stop along with Brett Rice, but it's going to be a first down for Central Mountain. Ryan got updated scores. Chickalimi leading Williamsport 21-14. That's in the second quarter. And Bloom and Warrior Run, we talked about the battle to 3-0. They're knotted up at 21-21. And Mount Carmel trailing Southern 21-16. Mifflinburg leading Montoursville 35-0.
That's impressive. That's an impressive one. And we were right about the Mount Carmel Southern one. Throw everything out the door. It's a cool region matchup there. Some rivals.
First down at 10 for the Wildcats, trailing 14-3. Got some movement, and it will be a
timeout
taken by the Wildcats with 10 minutes to go in a third. We're talking about at halftime during the Liberty Basement Systems halftime show. We're able to hear from Murphy O'Brien giving the Seals athletic rundown. And boy, there's a lot going on now in fall sports. And you add volleyball into the mix as well. Selinsgrove's got the volleyball. You got the tennis and the field hockey, 2 soccer teams, and a whole lot more. So always appreciate those rundowns. You got golf as well. So a lot of work for Murphy during the week as our beat reporter, swallowing up all those scores. And then she gets a lot of great feedback because people appreciate we're using this forum for football to acknowledge that there's a whole lot of fall sports going on.
Yes, sir. It's a good thing. And I'm glad there's volleyball. Volleyball's a great sport. Everyone loved it in gym class, but you never had it back in the day. But I'm glad they have it. I watch it on TV sometimes, especially Penn State girls. They're so good. It's they're fun to watch. Being national champions last year, so.
It's going to pitch on a jet sweep for the Wildcats. Going left, some room, hit, take it down. That score zone once again coming up and making the stop. If you just join us, Wyatt Teets was injured on a return. He went out, he tried to come back in, made a big catch, and then went out again, and he has not returned. Score zone is playing the safety position, and now he's getting involved in a bunch of tackles for the Seals defense.
And as long as Selinsgrove can maintain this lead, you're not going to see, there's no chance you're going to see Wyatt Teets tonight. They'll keep him off. Now maybe if things get close, especially down the stretch of this game, maybe then they try and put him back in. But I would imagine he's probably done for the night.
Score zone came in with 10 tackles on the season. He's been involved. That time, Sheltman gets in as he's able to come off the left defensive end side and get in there around the legs and take the running back down.
And you got to give Jake Bettle all the credit there. He was the outside containment. His job is to force that runner to turn back inside into the line, into the linebackers. It's exactly what he did. Running back wanted to get the edge. They've been doing a lot of edge running, but Jake did a great job in that containment and forced that tackle on the inside.
Setting up a 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. As we've moved into the 3rd period, the Wildcats trying to put a possession here together. They trail 14-3 to the Seals. Everett in the shotgun, taking the snap, looking over the middle. It's got plenty of time. Now brushed out of the pocket. Rolling to his right. Heavy pressure. He throws it away. Almost intercepted by Brett Rice as he tried to tiptoe the sideline, but he's going to be out of bounds. But the Seals will force the Wildcats into a 4th down and 9 play.
And I would think they're going to punt here.
I think they're 4th and 9.
Maybe
as
not.
Everett comes to the sideline. Well, something we talk about. You're 0-3. You got to take advantage of every offensive play you can possibly come up with. And the way this game has moved between these two teams. And
yeah, but you haven't seen your defenses in the second half yet. You don't know what adjustments. You don't know what that rest is going to do. You get a decent punt here. You pin Selinsgrove back. And if your defense can come out and get a quick stop, now you're going to get the ball with great field position. But they're going to go for it here on 4th and 9.
4th and 9. Everett rolling to his right. Heavy pressure. Steps up. Going to try to run and not going to get it. So he is taken down. Zet Portwood coming up and making the stop. And he celebrates a big tackle by the Seals defense to turn it over on downs. And exactly what you would fear as a Central Mount Wildcat fan has come to be, as Selinsgrove's going to have great field position.
I want to give Portwood a ton of credit there. You celebrate, young man. That was a big-time play. But I agree, Pat. I mean, you're already a team that struggles to throw the ball. You're 2 of 5 in this game. You've only thrown it 5 times. You're 4th and 9 in an 11-point game starting the first drive of the second half. I think you punt it there. I don't think that was a good situation for Central Mountain.
Shotgun for Amato. Sending a man in motion is Bettle. Going to give it to Rice. Rice off the left, tripped up, going to fall forward. Good play off the right side of that Central Mountain defense to trip up Rice. Yard, maybe a full yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 9.
He's going to eventually break one of those. It always seems it's one guy in his way, and they're just getting enough of him and bringing him down. He's going to break one of those. It's going to happen here.
Seals pop out of the huddle. 2nd down and 9. See if it can be on this play. They send trips to the right, 1 to the left for the Seals. Amato stay in that shotgun look. Gets the snap. He's rolling to the right. Trying to stand up, but he's being pressured. There's going to be a flag thrown as Amato's going to get it away, but it's going to fall incomplete. Nope, they're going to say he made the catch on the sideline. They talk about it, which will impact how the Wildcats handle this because there is a flag back. And it's going to be a holding against the Seals.
And it was clear as day. If he doesn't hold there, Amato's going to take a hit. So you kind of had to do it there. But what a catch. That was a very nice catch on the sideline to get the feet and keep a foot in bounds. Not easy to do.
Again, Selinsgrove in that first half just had 3 penalties for 25 yards. It was Central Mountain that struggled in the penalty department, where they had 8 penalties for 95 yards.
In one half.
And if I do my math right, that's 5 yards short of the length of a football field. That's long.
It depends if you're counting the end zones.
That's true. And if you're walking sideways.
Here we go.
It sets up a 2nd down and 19 for the Seals following the penalty. Justin Maria goes in motion from right to left. Going to go to Brett Rice going left. He's got some room, but it quickly swarmed over at the 35-yard line. So he's going to pick up almost 6 on the carry for the Seals, but it will be a 3rd down and long for the Seals. Already 7:19 to go in the third. Selinsgrove leading 14-3 over the Wildcats. Both teams looking to get their first win of the season. Seals in no hurry, sending wide receivers to each side. Amato looks over the defense. 7 seconds on the play clock. Gets the snap, drops back, plenty of time. Looking deep down the right sideline for Neidig. Neidig goes up, in and out of his hands, and falls incomplete. Well defended, but Neidig had an opportunity. Unable to make the connection, turn the ball over on downs, and it goes back to the Central Mount Wildcats.
It's just a
punting situation.
Punting situation, yeah. Great effort by Neidig there to try and go up and get it at its highest point. But, defense was just a little bit better. They got enough hand on the ball to break it up. But I like the aggression. I like the attack downfield. Makes this defense have to worry about everything. And Selinsgrove has gone deep a few times tonight. Has yet to really connect on the real deep one. Probably the deepest pass was the touchdown pass to Bettle. But they have been aggressive. They have tried it.
So Crew Carter gets it away. It's a line drive kick. It's going to hit the turf and get a good Selinsgrove roll inside of the 25-yard line. Continue to roll. It might not be spotted down until it gets to the 20-yard line. So a great roll by the Seals. Central Mountain will have it at their own 20-yard line. 1st down and 10, trailing 14-3 with 6:36 to go in the third period.
And this is why we were saying, if we're Central Mountain on last possession, you punt it there. They went for it on 4th and 9. They could have punted it, put Selinsgrove deep. Your offense came out there and got a stop. Man, this is much different now. Now they're starting with the ball down around their 20-yard line. 80 yards, 70 or 79 yards in front of them now. It could have been much less than that.
Yeah, they'll put it at the 21-yard line for the Wildcats. Send a man in motion. Everett gets the call. Low snap, but it gives to McDermott between the tackles, pushing the pile beyond the 25. And he finally is stopped as he going to give him forward momentum close to the 28-yard line. So good pickup by the Wildcats. See if they finally, that's where they'll put it at the 28-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats.
When's the last time you watched a Selinsgrove football game and the opponent literally ran 97% of the time? I can't think of it. I mean, even when they do look to pass a couple times, it's more the QBs rolling out to run.
Yeah, they've had success. McDermott is the workhorse. He gets the call again, straight between the tackles. Here is a flag thrown as he's going to drag defenders. He's going to take it out to the 37-yard line. Again, there is a flag on the play, and as the officials talk it out, looking at the schedule for the Seals after tonight, they'll be home against Williamsport. And then they go on the road for back-to-back games against Shamokin and Chickalimby before returning home against Hollidaysburg. Then they're at Berwick, and they finish out the regular season home against the Danville Ironmen.
You don't offhand know Berwick's record. We don't get a whole bunch of their scores with them being outside of the hack, but
if I'm not mistaken, I think they sit at 2-1, if not undefeated. But I can easily take a look at that to get everyone who's listening updated on what the Berwick's record is, because Selinsgrove will have to play the Berwick Bulldogs down the road, and that one's on the road. McDermott gets the call, got his face mask grabbed.
Yep.
Face mask was grabbed, so it will be a penalty against the Seals. You're asking about the Berwick Bulldogs. Right now, they sit at 3-0 as they beat Lackawanna Trail 33-12, Mid-Valley 42-0, and Lake Lehman 24-7. And tonight they're taking on Hazleton, and they lead Hazleton 21-6.
So a solid Berwick team, it sounds like.
At 3-0, looking to go to 4-0. The PA guy said the penalty was against Central Mountain. I thought it was a face mask, but they look like nope, they're going to walk it off. They're going to decline it. So it would be a 3rd down and 9, but it definitely looked like McDermott turned and got his face mask grabbed. But to the benefit of the Seals defense, that's not the call. So it's a 3rd down and 9 as Central Mountain has it at their own 22-yard line, trailing 14-3. Everett, the sophomore quarterback, brings this offense out to the line of scrimmage. Got some movement. The left tackle jump, that's going to be a walk-off against the Central Mountain Wildcats.
Flag on the play.
To put this at a 3rd down and 14.
And this can be a breaking point right now. Central Mountain needs to stay focused if they want to stay in this game, as they just had a couple penalties just punish them. And now with their backs against the wall, this is going to take it down to probably around the 17-yard line. Now they're 3rd and 14 with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Tough situation here for Central Mountain.
So 3rd down and long for Central Mountain, trailing by 11 with 4:50 to go in the 3rd period. Central Mountain quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 3 seconds on the play clock. 1, it's snapped. Rolling to the right is Everett under heavy pressure. Going to be grabbed in the backfield and taken to the turf. Coming up, Logan Dressler on the stop for the Seals.
I love the positivity. I love the excitement out of this defense. They can feed off of that. Everyone can feel it. We feel it up here in the booth. But, man, the penalties were tonight definitely a huge part of the story of this game. Central Mountain already has 10 for 110 yards.
And they're in a punting formation as the Seals will look to try to get great field positions. Corzone standing at his own 45-yard line. It's a short kick. White shirts need to get away from it. Takes a good Central Mountain roll as it's going to roll inside of the 45, down close to the 41-yard line. But the Seals will have great field position, leading 14-3 with 4:01 to go in the 3rd period. Again, can't talk about it enough. Seals trying to cash that check. They have not been able to do it all season at 0-3, and they're trying to get a win on the road at Mill Hall.
Another small stat, Selinsgrove has not scored in the 3rd quarter, I believe, this year. All their scores have been either the 1st, 2nd, or 4th quarter. 2nd and 4th, I know the Juniata game for sure, and then last week was the 1st quarter.
Against the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, and they were shut out against Twin Valley, so you are correct. See if they can put a drive together. Amato in the shotgun, sending Justin Maria from right to left. Going to give it to Rice in the backfield. Makes a man miss to the 2nd level to the midfield. And it hit, met, and able to drag the defender on a good hit by the defender to the 49-yard line.
I thought that was it. I thought that's the one he was breaking, but that cornerback, not very big, but comes up with the big play. But Brett Rice breaking free a little bit there, getting a good 1st down run. Decent yardage on that one. But I thought that was it. I thought he was going to get it.
Just got word to make it official that Wyatt will be done for tonight. Selinsgrove leading 14-3. We mentioned that Wyatt had gone down. He tried to come back out, but he is done on the night. Rice gets it between the tackles. Forward momentum will take him to the 46-yard line. Pick up a 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Seals.
Yeah, he got 2 yards, but he ended up being tackled like 8 yards back as that push. And then he tripped him up. Then he rolled all the way back there. They were celebrating like it was a tackle for a loss. But he was able to get 2 positive yards.
So it would take the 2 to make it a 2nd down and 8. Selinsgrove has it at the Central Mountain 46-yard line, leading 14-3 with 2:44 to go in the 3rd. Amato rolls to his left. Going to take off and run. Going to be caught, taken down. Loss on the play of possibly 1. It looked like McDermott
Amato with the carry.
in on a stop.
Down by Gorman.
But you can see the difference.
Gorman, they're going to say it was on the stop.
You can see the difference in speed in Gorman there. He flew. I thought Amato had the corner, but Gorman coming out of nowhere. Good angle, a lot of speed. It wraps up Amato for a loss of 1.
So making it a 3rd down and 9, 4 down territory, possibly for the Seals, or they don't get it Or they do, as you said, try to pin Central Mountain deep in their own territory, but hopefully that's not even something they have to think about.
Where's Jake Bettle right now?
He's in the slot on the right. He taking off. Amato's going to look his way. Jake Bettle goes up, in and out of his hands, defended well. Ryan wants a flag.
Yeah, I mean, you're behind the guy. You're in no position there. You reached around early, just swatting at his arms. That's a penalty. I mean, you had no chance of making that play other than hitting the arms and hoping for no flag. And it worked.
So will be a punting situation here for the Seals. 4th down and 9, and they will do what we talked about, try to pin the Central Mountain Wildcats deep in their own territory. Crew Carter will do the punting. 1:50 to go in the third. 14-3 lead for the Seals. This is away. It's going to hit outside of the 20 and then get spotted down at the 25. Still, maybe something needs to be explained to the Seals that when it hits, you grab it. They still let it bounce, and then
don't let it bounce
2 yards to the negative.
But even more so there, that was very close to being a block punt. That would have been massive for Central Mountain. They would have had great field position if they would have blocked that.
But they spotted down at the 26-yard line. And Central Mountain, who trails right now by 11, 14-3 with 1:42 to go in the third period. No scoring here in the third at this point. Handoff goes to McDermott, taking it to the edge. Inside of one tackler, still going, dragging defenders to the 40-yard line. It was Scorzone who came up to try to make the stop, but give the running back credit on that one. He was able to put his foot in the turf and cut it back up and avoid that tackle, but looks like McDermott's going to get a cramp and be tended to, and that really the only thing slowing him down. He's having a good night for this Wildcats.
Oh, yeah, they need to get him hydrated. He needs to walk that off, whatever it is. Bathe him in pickle juice. I don't know what the secret is, but without him, they are in a lot of trouble. That guy needs to be healthy and ready to go.
So it'll be a stop on the play. Let's take a break, come back and see whether the Seals can come up with the stop as the Central Mountain Wildcats will have it 1st down and 10 from their own 41-yard line. This Selinsgrove football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
Gear up for the fall season in a Subaru from W&L. Take on the Friday Night Lights in a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with a low 0% financing for 72 months.
Or get to your favorite camping destination in a Subaru Outback and cozy up with a family around a crackling campfire.
Need more adrenaline? The Subaru Forester is ready to take you up to the mountains for an off-road trailblazing adventure with as low as 0.9% financing for 72 months.
See us off Route 11 in Northumberland, at the Bloomsburg Fair this month, and online at WNLSubaru.com.
So McDermott able to make his way to the sideline, and just what you asked for, Dr. Ryan, give him some fluids. They need him back in the game. He's been the workhorse in a run game that's gone well for Central Mountain, even though they do trail 14-3 with 1:22 to go in this third period. The backup gets the call. Off to the left. Owen Hoffman stands him up. They'll give him a forward momentum to the 45-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats.
2nd and 6.
Owen Hoffman is having a real nice year defensively for the Seals from his linebacker position. Just a junior for the Seals. Central Mountain gets the call from the sideline, making their way to the huddle. Everett will break out of the huddle. The sophomore quarterback for the Wildcats, sending 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gets the snap. Gives it to the lone back in the backfield. Drags the defender just short of the 48-yard line. Maybe give him the 48-yard line. So this will be a 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats, trying to keep this drive alive. Under 20 seconds to go in the third. And this might be able to go to the 4th quarter for the Wildcats if they choose to.
Definitely a different push with the backup running back in. Not moving the pile as much.
We will go to the 4th quarter. Selinsgrove leading 14-3, a scoreless third quarter. but the Selinsgrove holding on to 11-point lead. Let's go to break. This Selinsgrove football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
We're not just playing a game, we're here to dominate it. Here's the WNL Nissan starting lineup. The Nissan Rogue, quick, agile, and our MVP. The Powerhouse SUV with 3 rows. The Pathfinder that keeps the chains moving. And the Star, Nissan Murano that commands attention. These 3 starters offer 0% financing for 60 months. And anchoring the squad, the Frontier. Tough enough to take hits with rates as low as 1.9% and $3,500 off. Score your new Nissan at WNL in Shamokin Dam and online at WNLNissan.com.
Fourth quarter with the Central Mount Wildcats have it 3rd down and 3. They have it at their own 48-yard line. Seals trying to come up with a big stop. Maybe the Schmokendam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. Everett, quick throw this time, gets it out to his receiver, makes the catch at 1st down and more. Up the right sideline, 30, pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line by a score zone. So the biggest pass play of the night for the Central Mount Wildcats.
Well, Score Zone did what he had to do there. He took a pretty big block. Great job of keeping his balance, but just make sure you get that guy out of bounds. Big play, definitely the biggest play of the game for Central Mountain, especially being that they threw the ball.
It pushes them out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. Again, bend but not break mentality, hopefully for the Seals. Sending trips to the left this time for Everett. Play clock at 5. 2 gets the snap off. Give it to McDermott. Going left. Met in the backfield. Portwood takes him down along with Scorzone. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Well, a little bit of the same thing right there in this play. Force them into a 3rd and long. I would be a little concerned, though, right now if they don't do another quick pass in the flat, since they just had success with it the play before. Maybe they go back to that well, maybe our passing game can do something here.
4 down territory for Central Mountain. A field goal right now doesn't do them very much. Low snap to Everett. Give it to McDermott. Hit in the backfield. Falls forward for maybe a yard.
52.
Dresser on the stop. Man is down for the Central Mount Wildcats. And I want to correct myself. A field goal, if they do get within range, makes it an 8-point game. So obviously that makes it a 1-score game. So that is a big factor. They do have a 27-yard field goal to the credit to Central Mountain, which Carson was able to nail it earlier in the game in the first half. But right now, Selinsgrove leading 14-3 with 10:58 to go in the game. There's 2 guys down. Some cramping, hopefully, is what's going on. At least it looks like for the Seal defender on the far side. But they do continue to look over the Central Mountain player that's down on the field. We talked about some of those updated scores and how much of a win here for the Seals would be dramatically important. Shikellamy seems like they have some things going their way. Their only loss so far on the season is a loss to a very good Shamokin team. And right now they're leading by 14 over Williamsport, who comes into Sunbury undefeated.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people involved with the program, and they got a lot of young special players. It sounds like, I guess their junior high program was pretty strong the last 2 years. So they got a bunch of freshmen and sophomore on that team that are contributing at a high level. Some good speed all around, especially in their skilled positions. So Shikellami's got a strong squad this year. And, Williamsport's no slouch. They beat the Central Mountain team 42-0. So no slouch at all. But, I want to go back. I know you corrected yourself on the field goal not meaning too much. But, it's not a huge amount of damage when you're talking about a team that hasn't scored a touchdown all year. So now you're saying you got to get your first touchdown of the year, plus convert on a 2-point conversion when we're under, 11 minutes to go in the game. A field goal, yeah, it puts them within one score, but really they're begging to get in that end zone right now to give them a chance in this game.
Agree with you there. That's the mindset right now, obviously, for the Central Mountain Wildcats. They'll have a third down, though. A third down and 8. Clock is starting and is running under 10:50 to go in the game. 5 receivers each side. Low snap to Everett. Designed run. Trying to get to the edge. He's going to be met taking that. That's Brett Rice, the senior linebacker, makes the stop. Maybe a half yard to a yard pickup. But that's going to be all. And they will send the kicker out to try to kick a field goal.
Wow. So he got to what? The 25-yard line. So you're looking at a 42-yard attempt.
Big opportunity for the Seals to come up with a stop. And they do, to force Central Mountain into what appears to be a field goal attempt. They'll spot it down at the 31 to make this a 41-yard field goal. The late personnel getting out onto the field. Just 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap gets away. The kick is up. It's blocked. It's on the turf. And it's going to be recovered or turnover on downs. Either way, it'll go to the Selinsgrove Seals.
And Coach Wenrick jumping up and down the sideline, so proud of his team there. Knows how big of a block that is this point of the game. It's a momentum killer. It makes you put your head down if you're Central Mountain. Like, what do we got to do? What do we got to do to get in the end zone? Why do we got to do to get more points on this board? As they put a little bit of drives together here and moving and changing field position, but they're just not able to finish off any of these drives.
So reset things here with 9:59 to go in the game. Selinsgrove leading 14-3. Selinsgrove gets the block on the field goal attempt by Central Mountain, so they take over first down at 10 from their own 29-yard line. 2 wide receivers split to the left. I formation behind Amato. Get this run game going using clock. They'll give it to Brett Rice. He gets one of his better runs of the night. An 8-yard pickup, second down and 2 for the Seals as he gets it out to the 38-yard line.
I like that run. I like that run on first down, setting up a 2nd and 3. A lot of things you can do here. You can take maybe another big throw downfield to Jake Bettle, which has been pretty hot tonight on both sides of the ball. Actually, this is 2 weeks in a row of him being on fire. So a lot of things you can do here. Oh, they're saying 2nd and 1. Actually, they spotted that better than I thought.
So we'll take it. Second down and 1 for the Seals. Looking for those guys up front. Hoffman, Magnuson, Dressler, Peters, Putwood, and Griffin to try to lead the way for a first down. Just go to the fullback, and he's not going to get there. Looked like some strange movement up front, but no flag was thrown. Looked like maybe Central Mountain had jumped just a little bit early, but if they didn't go over. Now the official's calling a first down?
On for the
No,
carry.
no way.
For about a yard to 30 inches.
Oh, they gave him positive yards there.
The head officials telling him to move the chains.
What?
I thought he lost the half yard.
My. Yeah.
Now he's saying my timeout. He came in and gave him a first down.
That's absolutely horrible. That was not a first down. I thought that was a loss.
That's what I said. I thought it was a loss of a yard. I see our stat man's erasing that loss on the play and now giving him positive yards. He's scrambling.
What in the world?
There's only
somebody's got some info on that official, and that somebody is a Selinsgrove fan, clearly.
Wow. We'll take it, though. Those guys up front who I just talked about, that offensive line got enough of a push, according to the officials, and gets Seals a first down. Give it to Rice again. Going left. Puts his foot in the ground. He's in the second level looking for one more block. Nope, he's going to be caught from behind. Scorzone was out ahead of him. Looked like he was going to get enough of a block, but then Brett Rice was caught from behind trying to make one more move, but he gets to the Central Mountain 42-yard line. Big first down run for the senior.
Well, that run was coming towards us on the near side here, and he just planted his foot, made an explosive cut it back in. Found a little break in the ocean there. The sea split for him, and it looked like he might be about to break the one that we've been begging for, but it is a big play. He does get tackled, though, and unable to get the big touchdown.
First down and 10 for Selinsgrove. Gets the call again as Rice. He's going to do the same thing. Pop to the outside, up the right sideline. before he is slammed to the turf close to the 20-yard line.
Speed it up. Get to the line of scrimmage, hand it to him again. Right now, you can see it. Central Mountain is just walking right now. They're not sprinting back to get set. Get up to the line. Get up to the line. Run it again. Just
Asking
keep
for
running
tempo
it.
now.
Yeah.
Some tempo. The momentum is in Selinsgrove favor.
And that run put Rice over 100 for the game.
That's his second over 100 yards on the season. He did against Juniata, so with that run, he goes over 100 yards, and I would imagine he's going to get the call again. First down and 10 from the Central Mountain 20-yard line for the Seals. He does get the call. Puts his foot in the turf again, able to get to the 15. It'll be a 5-yard pickup. Maybe 4 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 6 for the Seals.
I know Amato's walking over for the call, but, man, I
don't think it's any other call. Let's just keep running the exact same play
and get
over and over and over again.
And look at them. Get them while they're winded. Don't give them any breather. They have hands on the hips.
Yeah.
They are swaying. Some of them are squatting. Let's go. Get up and run.
Coming in late. It's just run the same play. I don't think you need to look to the sidelines. Just turn and stick it in Rice's gut.
I get it. You want the clock to run too, but, man, a touchdown's bigger.
Motto gives it to the fullback. Just Maria gets the call. Dragon Fenders to the 13-yard line. So it's going to be a third down and 4, possibly for the Seals. 6:10 to go in the game. Selinsgrove leading 14-3.
So now, you're going to use that whole clock, third down and 4. I would think you're going to run again. I don't know why you would do anything else. Run the ball, and if you don't get the first down, does Selinsgrove have the foot to kick, a 20-plus yard field goal?
We'll see if they pick up the first down and may not need that at this point. Going to give it to Rice. Rice pops it to the outside. He's at the 5. Goal line. Touchdown, Selinsgrove Seals.
I love the effort at the end. He puts down his shoulder and helmet, barrels through, and then dives and kind of barrel roll flips into the end zone. That was a possessed possession. Yep, say that 5 times fast. A possessed possession for Rice there. And Selinsgrove in the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. They've scored more in this game than they have in the combined first 3 games. So it's awesome to see the offense having some success tonight.
Weiser on for the kick.
Weiser will attempt the extra point off the Thomas hole. Just Maria will do the snap. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's blocked. So hits the turf, is blocked. But the Selinsgrove Seals take the 20-3 lead over the Central Mountain Wildcats. Come back, have the Seal kickoff. This Selinsgrove football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107, Eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel.
I'm Kyle Mertz, 5th generation of the Mertz family owning and operating Sunbury Motors. Let's see what Sunbury Motors has to offer.
Get 0% APR for up to 60 months plus a $2,500 SMC discount on a 25 Santa Fe. Or choose a 25 Palisade with the same 0% APR and $2,500 discount. Enjoy a $1,500 discount plus 3.99% APR for 72 months on a 25 Tucson.
Come visit us at the North 4th Street Auto Plaza and be treated to a buying experience like you've never had before.
So 7-play drive going 71 yards, took 4 minutes and 21 seconds, and finished off by Brett Rice's 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, his 3rd on the season. The extra point was blocked, so Selinsgrove takes the lead 20-3 over Central Mountain. That's the Selinsgrove Ford drive summary. Dresser will kick this away, end over end kick. We take it by the return man at the 10, between the hashes, now outside the left hash. Out to the 40, still going, caught from behind, and it's going to be stripped by Logan Dresser, just ripped it out of the return man's hands, and it'll be Selinsgrove ball.
What a heads-up play, the presence of mind to just rip that out of the hands there. They were looking like they were going to maybe take it to the house. 2 Selinsgrove defenders ran into each other, and it opened up a massive lane. But, man, from behind to grab and rip that out. What a heads-up play.
And keep in mind, Logan Dresser just kicked the ball off.
Yeah.
Sprinted all the way down, got behind the play, sprinted from behind, and you could see it. As soon as he was getting close, there was no tackle involved. He ripped it right out of his hands to get the ball back to the Seals with 5:26 to go in the game.
And does that play jump in front for your backbreaker play of the game?
It's definitely a candidate.
Yes.
It's a candidate for the Smoky Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. We'll announce at the end of the game. During our postgame, what is the Smoky Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game? As Brett Rice gets the call inside of the Central Mountain 30-yard line to the 34-yard line. Also, during our post-game show, we'll give you the scoring recap, scores of other games going on around the valley, and we'll wrap this one up here from Mill Hall. Right now, Selinsgrove in business, leading 20-3 with 5 minutes to go in the game. Shikellamy leading by 14 over Williamsport. Bloom up 6 on Warrior Run, 21-17. And Jersey Shore leading Shamokin by 7, 28-21. High formation behind Amato. Turn, pitch go to Rice, going left. Tries to go up under a tackle that time, but not going to be able to. It's going to be a loss on the play. Put the ball at the Central Mountain 36-yard line.
I'm just glad he caught the pitch there. That looked to be a little off and didn't catch it super clean. And then he had to make a move right away to avoid a would-be tackler. But hanging on to that ball is very important here as you're trying to close out this game, as you're up 17 with right about 4 minutes to go.
Score zone to the left, Neidig to the right. Jake Bettel lines up on the right side of the formation. This is going to go to Rice. Second level, slam to the turf at the 30, maybe the 29-yard line. He's running like a man as he's able to make this a much more manageable fourth down if the Seals.
And you're going to go for it, right? You're going to go for it, right? And anything more than the Seal shove?
No,
you're perfect on the season. Why would you not?
I think you go play action and just go deep for the touchdown.
Well, if they only put 3 down linemen, which looks like they're about to do, maybe they're going to do 4.
And they are done, man. They are wiped out. Hands on hips. It's been a tough played ball game. Give a lot of credit to the Central Mountain team. Come out trying to get their first win of the year. They definitely went at this pretty hard to letting the play clock run down, and then they'll call timeout at 1 second left on the play clock. Selinsgrove will take a timeout. Next week, Selinsgrove return home to take on the Williamsport Millionaires. They trail right now by 14 to the Shikellamy Braves. The Braves are trying to upend Williamsport to give them the first loss on the season. So if that was to happen, boy, the Millionaires are going to come to Selinsgrove, licking their chops to try to get back in the win column. But again, right now, it's the Shikellamy Braves leading the Millionaires by 14. As we look at the scores on other games around the valley, as we talked about, some of the interesting ones. Mifflinburg, last check, leading 35-0 over Montoursville. Lime Mountain all over Halifax, 56-7. Milton leading South Williamsport 25-0. Jersey Shore still up 7. Danville putting it to Central Columbia 36-7. Southern Columbia, last checked, up 5 on Mount Carmel, 21-16. Loyal Sock up big on Midwest, 40-7. And Lewisburg shutting out Hughesville, 29-0. Amato under center, sends a man in motion. That's Neidig. Amato trying to get the Central Mountain to jump, but he's going to keep it, get the seal shove, and he's going to pick up enough for a first down close to the 25-yard line. Great push up front once again by that Selinsgrove offensive line, led by the center, able to get that push. Owen Hoffman, the junior, Magnuson, the sophomore, Dressler, the senior, Peters, the senior, and Ethan Portwood, the sophomore. Griffin Voss also getting a lot of time across that offensive line for the Seals.
Well, barring any timeout usage by Central Mountain here, Selinsgrove should be able to run 3 plays here and get this to right around a minute left. So they can almost end the game with this drive.
First down and 10. Going to go to the fullback. Inside of the 25 to the 24-yard line. Finishing off that tackle 9 yards downfield is Owen Hoffman, as he did a Spencer Myers version of taking the defensive lineman 9 yards downfield before the whistle blew.
In the state title game against the kid that was scholarship linebacker going to Penn State, and Spencer Myers manhandled him.
And remember, the Manheim Central Barron fans were screaming, and your quote was, "This is football. and he knows how to play it.
Don't remember that.
Oh,
No,
my God.
I do.
I think that's a T-shirt. I formation for the Seals. Knight it goes in motion from left to right. The pitch is going to go to Rice off to the right. Gets a good block from the fullback inside the 20, down close to the 19-yard line, maybe the 18-yard line for your senior running back who's already gone over 100 yards and added to it for the Seals offense.
Yeah, Rice is running like a senior that knows this fourth quarter he's got to take care of business, and he has done that with a lot of help. That offensive line doing a great job opening up some holes for him. Receivers are doing some really good run blocking. It's a combination of things, but Rice, he's running possessed here, and it's going to carry Selinsgrove to a victory.
They'll make the walk from me and Mark tomorrow, my buddy Mark from Maryland. We're going to have a little pep in our step after the Seals win tonight on our marathon walk. But this is going to be a fumbled pitch, but looked like Rice got it back, even though there's a continued struggle as officials will come in and try to clean this up. Central Mountain's going to say they recovered this. And it is Central Mountain ball with under a minute to go at 59 seconds in this one. Selinsgrove leading 23, and any coach will tell you, you want to finish it clean. You want to finish it clean, finish this out. They do go with the pitch, which we have already seen a couple times that Brett has had to make great catches on those pitches. Mm-hmm. That's where I think maybe you don't want the Herm Edwards, scoop and touchdown against the Giants way back when. But it's
before my time.
Yeah, it's a fumbled snap or a fumbled pitch, and Central Mountain comes away with it. So Seals have to go back on defense. Low snap to Everett. Drops back. Every pressure, and he's going to be met by two defenders. Blake Dressler, and is that Owen Hoffman once again trying to get the number of or is that score zone? I'm trying to see. Who is that? Let's get a look. Nope, that's Sheltman in on the stop, makes it the stop. They met at the quarterback and got the big sack. We got a timeout. But again, going back to feeling better about the Seals win, and it just helps with the mojo on the walk tomorrow, Ryan. You can still join us if you want. We'll be at Lewisburg Miller Center.
My name doesn't start with M. You have Mark Maryland Marathon. Obviously a R doesn't fit in there, so I will not be joining you.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're men.
Up for debate.
We're men.
Maybe I used to be.
Mark Maryland Marathon men will be there tomorrow for the walk.
You just sound like you were stuck on candies in your head. All M's right now for Pat.
M&M's, baby.
You can tell I'm going to call you Matt for the rest of the night. Here we go, Matt.
For the last 48
seconds.
And
19, Matt.
Everett gets the snap. They're going to go with reverse. Off to the left. Coming up on the containment is the deep man. Running by Thomas. Being chased by Score Zone. Still going. Bettle chasing him. And finally, Bettle will catch him into Selinsgrove territory all the way to the 42-yard line for Central Mountain.
A great run for Central Mountain. Not going to change the outcome of this game. Now, if you do have that young man on your fantasy team, you do like those big stats late in the game. But outside of that, Central Mountain not getting in the end zone, which is their ultimate goal.
They almost went in the wrong end zone. On the reverse, the guy went all the way into the end zone, but he makes a big run out of it. Big play for Central Mountain. No give up by the Wildcats. Quick throw, and intercepted after the deflection. Going back the other way is Hoffman. He's at the 40, up the left sideline to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Selinsgrove Seals.
Nothing better than seeing a defensive linebacker getting a pick six. We've seen a few of those over the years, and those guys remember that for the rest of their life. That is a heartbreaker for Central Mountain, but what a way for Selinsgrove.
Ask John Trago.
Yeah.
He had the subway.
Did that hit the referee?
There is a flag on the far side. I assume that's a sideline flag, but
that
I didn't know who it hit. Did it hit the referee?
I think it might have hit the referee. And you know what? The refs have had a rough night. Why not? Why not end it like that? A ball off your dome.
It might be the guy who's walking a little funny right now. He's got a hitch in his giddy up.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right.
But I think he'll be okay. I mean, let's not get all emotional about it. But
yeah,
boy, oh boy.
Well,
what
we
a
know
win
where
will
the
do
ambulance
for the broadcast
is.
team.
The ambulance is by the baseball field.
By the hill.
By the hill.
Yes.
We know that. We
So-
heard it over the PA. Move your car, people.
Because the official may need the ambulance. As my family would tell you, I don't know how to say ambulance the right way.
Yeah, that's all right.
Man, what a win will do for the broadcast team. We are ridiculous right now.
You could just say ambulance.
Ambulance.
Matt, you could do that.
But the bottom line, what a return by Hoffman. One thing you sometimes see in your defensive guys, they'll catch it and not know how to run with it. They start running it. Think about Jack Gogler. Every interception was a touchdown for the linebacker.
Yeah.
Owen Hoffman showing his best Jack Gogler impression. Catches it, takes it all the way in for a score for the Seals as we have delay before the extra point. But the Seals get a defensive touchdown, a 64-yard return by Owen Hoffman, the junior linebacker. So finally we get things set as Weiser will attempt the extra point. Her last one was blocked. Looking for a good snap. Gets it. Down. Kick is up. Plenty of distance. Did it get through? And it did. Plenty of distance into the field, over two fences, and into the big hill on the far side here at Central Mountain High School as Selinsgrove increased their lead to 27-3.
It's a good feeling, as a fan, and you feel great for this team. A tough start to the season, tough schedule. Obviously, not getting any wins there. But they stick to it. They work hard. They got a great coaching staff, and you feel great for them getting the win on the road. You feel for Central Mountain. We've all been there at times where things aren't going the way you want it, and you work hard, and not getting a reward can be tough. So I feel for them, but extremely happy for these Selinsgrove Seals tonight.
It's Owen Hoffman, a 64-yard INT return for a touchdown. Comes with just 22 seconds to go in the game. Extra point good by Weiser. Selinsgrove increased their lead to 27-3. That's the Selinsgrove Ford drive summary. And no, that is not the Smokin' M Health Center backbreaker play of the game.
So just so we know, the sideline penalty pushes the ball back, and Selinsgrove will have to kick it off from the 25. So Central Mountain, with 22 and a half seconds here, will have good field position.
Dressler will kick it away. The last time Dressler kicked it away, he went down and got a strip fumble. Return man between the hash, got some room, being chased by Just Maria, and he'll be taken down. Score zone helped out on that one. A moment there, it looked like it might be a break through that kickoff return coverage team, and now there's flags everywhere.
Yeah, there was a kind of I wouldn't say a late hit, but a late block and then kind of throw to the ground there. And another Selinsgrove player coming over and defending his teammate. A little shoving match. So we're going to get some penalties here. But here's the thing. You don't want a stupid penalty here that can get you suspended for the next game. You got a big game with Williamsport at home. A team that Williamsport handled business against Central Mountain. So you're going to have somebody that is going to match up with you decently. It's going to have to be a hard-fought game for Selinsgrove to get the win next week at home.
Speaking of the Williamsport, let's get some updated scores and last check. Shikalimi was leading and still had that as the score, 28-14. Bloom separating himself from Warrior Run at 35-21. Lewisburg shutting out Hughesville at 36-0. Loyalsock up 20 on Midwest, 40-20. Southern Columbia pulling away from Mount Carmel, leading 35-16.
On Selinsgrove.
So an unsportsmanlike against Selinsgrove. So it's going to march the ball inside of the 25 down to the 20-yard line for the Central Mountain Wildcats in Selinsgrove territory. And Jersey Shore leading Shamokin 28-21. Selinsgrove trying to hold Central Mountain to just a field goal on the night. Central Mountain with just 16 seconds to go will get the snap to Everett. He's going to step up, get rid of it. Looking into the end zone, not there. Falls incomplete. Defended out there by the Selinsgrove defensive back, Jaron Hackenberg, the freshman, but it falls incomplete. It'll be a second down and 10. A lot of young guys been able to get in games late for the Seals. This time it's fortunate because they're on the winning side of it. They've been able to get in because we had two mercy rule games the last 2 weeks, but these young guys do continue to get an opportunity under Friday Night Lights.
Well, I can tell you the starters don't want a touchdown on the board.
Gets stopped. Everett drops back. Heavy pressure. Gets rid of it. Nope, it's going to take off and run. It's got some green grass ahead of him. Being approached by a D-back, and it'll be taken down close at the 10-yard line. Trying to see 14. That was on the stop for the Seals that time. So let's give credit to Jet Hollenbach making the stop for the Seals.
Well, 3 seconds to go. Timeout by Central Mountain. Ball is about the 11-yard line. They could get a first down, but that's not going to matter. I think Central Mountain just used its last timeout. They still have one on the board, but I think that was the last one. So you run the ball, get the first down. You can't call a quick timeout. So they're going to have to make a throw in the end zone here. So this is kind of like a pride play here, for both sides. The defense is like, no, you're not getting a touchdown, your first touchdown of the year against us. Central Mountain's offense is like, we want our first touchdown of the year.
Well, they're going to come out after the timeout, have it for a final play unless there's a defensive penalty. As you said, they'll have it at the 11-yard line, trying to put their first touchdown of the season on the board. Selinsgrove defense trying to come up with the stop. Everett drops back, throws it, got a man in the flat. Make it a catch. Met at the 5, going down. Crew Carter makes the stop, and with the stop, that will wrap things up here from Central Mountain High School with the Selinsgrove Seals getting the victory, winning 27-3 over the Wildcats. They meet at midfield for the traditional handshake, with the Selinsgrove getting their first win of 2025. Congratulations to the Seals and Coach Winrick on the win. Let's take a break, come back, wrap things up here from Mill Hall as we'll bring you the postgame show. This is Selinsgrove football presented by Selinsgrove Ford on Eagle 107, eagle107.com, and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel. Seals get their first win of the season to move to 1-3. Central Mountain falls to 0-4. Selinsgrove set to take on Williamsport next week. This is how it happened. Selinsgrove got on the board first after a scoreless first quarter. Brett Rice takes it from 15 yards out. That's his second touchdown of the season, his first on the night. It was a 15-yard touchdown run with 10 minutes to go in the first half. An impressive 10-play drive, 65 yards, took 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The extra point by Weiser was good, and Selinsgrove led 7-0. But Central Mountain would come back at their first points of the season. This coming on a 27-yard field goal with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the half. They had to go 16 plays, cover 78 yards, took almost 8 minutes before they got that 27-yard field goal to cut into the Seal lead at 7-3. But then Jake Bettle gets his first receiving touchdown of the season. Amato's first throw for a touchdown for the Seals. It came with just 38 seconds to go in the first half. A 5-play, 51-yard drive. Took 33 seconds. The extra point good. And Selinsgrove led 14-3. And that would be the score at the end of the first half. Selinsgrove going halftime leading 14-3. But there would be no scoring in the third quarter. But Selinsgrove would hold on to a 14-3 lead going into the fourth quarter as Rice would get his second touchdown of the night. This was a 14-yard run for the senior running back. Came with 5:33 to go in the ball game. 7-play, 71-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 21 seconds. The extra point was blocked, but Selinsgrove led 20-3. And Selinsgrove would get their first defensive touchdown on the season. This was an interception return by junior linebacker Owen Hoffman after the deflection off the dome of the official, and he would return it 64 yards up the left sideline. That comes with just 22 seconds left in the game. The extra point by Weiser good. Selinsgrove led 27-3, and that would be the final score. Selinsgrove gets their first win of the year, a 27-3 win over the Central Mountain Wildcats. Ryan, what a win will do for your psyche, and Selinsgrove needed this desperately in their preparation for the rest of the season, and more about their attempt to beat Williamsport, who they will be hosting next week.
My psyche or theirs?
All of ours.
I mean, I feel great. I mean, I love it. I enjoy that, But I mean, more importantly, it's huge for the team. You got that first win of the season. You're improving. You